another episode of Cardboard Conversation hosted right here on Cardboard Odyssey. So thank you everybody for joining. What up? Saturday night, 7 p.m. As always, great to have you here and always great to chat with you, Matt. How you doing this evening?
I am doing fantastic. It is I've been awake for about 25 minutes now, or maybe 20 minutes now, so it is a fantastic evening.
I
Nothing's
was talking
happened
to
yet.
somebody earlier about that. I was like, I got a pretty close friend. We talk all the time, but it's difficult for us to communicate. And they go, "Oh, your buddy in Norway." And I go, "No, this guy who lives out west, but he gets up at like 6 o'clock at night." You go, "What? At night?" And I go, "Yeah. He does an overnight shift, really different type of living. And all remote work." We had a long conversation about what it is to put in work and how we do that. And it was an interesting correlation to what I want some of tonight's conversation to go towards is, the market and how much that has changed as well. Not just how we work, but how we're working the market. Is there anything interesting lately that you've been purchasing, Matt?
I bought Modern Horizons 3 like a couple weeks ago, but
Okay.
besides that, it's really all I've been doing. I've been buying just as the sets come out, just a piece of each set, just to kind of have a little piece. I actually will be buying some draft boxes, like Wilds of Eldraine, Brothers War, Lost Caverns of Ixalan, maybe even Crimson Vow, and
I
Marching
gotta say, I
Machine.
think Lost Caverns, that would be a great set. If out of the couple you just put out there, that would probably be my pick. The dinosaurs and the Jurassic stuff, the whole Jurassic World, Jurassic Park crossover. I think that hits a lot of folks, and in general, big smashy monsters in red isn't always the easiest thing to get. So I think they really did well with that set, and there's some pretty chase cards in it as well.
Yeah, I'm looking up the price right now for a booster box of draft, but for some reason they keep coming up as booster pack. I want booster box display. Booster. Draft booster display case, booster pack, booster display. 110 is what they're going for right now on TCG Player. And I can get them for $89. So that's a $20 and that's shipped. So 110 is not with tax. So I have the source, the Rudy source, but it's only one per.
Deal.
Yeah, he's got the $89 shipped per box, and it looks like the majority of draft boosters are getting closer to the 110, 100. I mean, they're more than 89. I'll tell you that. Most of them, like Wilds of Eldraine, I'm pretty sure is above that. But for like, I don't know, Wild Eldraine draft booster display
Now, interestingly,
102.
isn't this the last product line that they put out set boosters in? So I actually see here we have both the draft and set boosters side by side here with an $18 difference.
Yeah, I prefer set boosters overall. The only reason I'd be buying these draft boosters would just be because they're
Notably
the
cheaper.
last one. They're like the last draft boosters that before play boosters came out. I think it was I don't know if they were. Was that the last set before that, or was that what was the last set of play booster or before play boosters? Because Karlov Manor was play boosters. So what was the set before Karlov Manor? All sets. Ravnica. So Ravnica remastered, which doesn't really count. So yeah, Ixalan was the last set. It's the last draft pack, basically.
Okay. Yeah,
So that would be the reason why I would be buying them, is because they're kind of out of print, basically.
Yeah,
They're never going to
an
be printed again.
obsoleted item people aren't getting access to anymore.
Yep, and for the price, $89 shipped, no tax or anything like that. So it's kind of a no brainer.
Yeah, that's an easy purchase if you have expendable income. If you're looking to buy into either a sealed box, for keeping or just having fun with.
I had a lot of fun drafting Outlaws of Thunder Junction um, with the new play boosters. I think they're better than draft boosters, but and they're holding up in value fairly well. I mean, they I don't think they went down. I think they're just staying at the same price, which is rare.
So that was something I wanted to talk about with Dominaria Remastered, and I know it's gotten so much flack over the last couple of months, us included. We'll pick out anything that's doing terrible, and I think some of that has been reflected really in single prices as we look back at this. The draft box for this product, we're sitting at 114, 115 right here, and then we see some singles over $50. And then you've got them just continue going on well over 10, 15, $20 even for some. So it's surprising to see how cheap this box is at this point and how expensive some of the cards still are. I think it might well be because how much people wanted to avoid it because it was on sale. Amazon dump after release, after pre-printing, after reprinting.
Yeah, there's a lot of staples in Dominaria Remastered. There's a lot of good cards.
What do you think about it, Matt? I've got 2 boxes of this. Would you open one? Would you do it just for a draft for a fun time, or do you think there's money in it?
If you have the ability to draft it, you can do both. But I'm trying to remember the boxes that I opened. I wonder if I have them on my phone to see. I know I've opened a couple Dominaria Remastered, but I don't remember how many, and I don't remember if I scanned them in as far as like value wise. I know that a lot of times what I'll do is I'll use the TCG Player app and I'll scan them in, and then they go into your like collections thing. So I have like a list of like every box that I've opened. Most of the time I do that. Let me see if I have a Dominaria Remastered though. Doesn't look like it. But I don't remember.
Hey, what up, Dual Brain? How you doing, Ed?
A terrible amount of money. But I don't
So
remember
I've got
ever
to
getting
say,
a
this
mana
was the
drain.
last draft environment I had attended, and I had a blast. Somebody actually passed me a mystical tutor, and I have it in one of the decks that I still use to haunt my pod with. And I think that that's one of the reasons I enjoyed Dominaria Remastered so much was that the sealed environment of it in the draft, it was difficult to choose the cards you kept and the cards you passed. And every time we had a game or opened a pack, I felt like it was a rather rewarding experience. Even if it wasn't monetarily paying off, I was still seeing really good cards.
I'm also trying to remember. Wasn't Dominaria Remastered draft the one? It was like the non-normal one, like the contents of the packs. I thought you could still get the full art ones, but it was just
Yes, you
more
can.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I liked about it. I liked that they were almost like set boosters, not quite, but like the contents of the pack were still better than normal.
So in draft boosters, yeah, you can get retro cards. And let's see, common or uncommon, draft booster contents.
Or maybe you could only get the retro. I thought you could get the full art ones, but maybe not.
Yeah, I think it might only be in the collectors. Okay, well, what's that running us?
I think it was 180.
I know I've got one sitting back here on the shelf, and that's just as $185 for that. To be able to open some of these phenomenal looking, not just looking, unlike Richard Kane Ferguson art, unless this actually is, and I'm talking directly
It
out of
is
my.
okay.
I can see this and I know what it is. It's a dude with like some lantern or book or something and pages coming out. From here, I can
Yeah.
tell what it is. You got Yawgmoth, Sylvan Libraries, all sorts of tutors. I want to get me an Urza's Incubator. I got a Sliver and an Elf deck, and this would really help screw with my friends.
Sure. You know where you could also get yourself an Urza's incubator for about I don't know, anywhere between 10 and 20 pennies.
Yeah, makeplayingcards.com.
Not a sponsor, but could be.
Yeah, but it's like one of the many things I do have, as a bookmark. It's a
There
phenomenal
are
site. Huh.
there are sets apparent I don't let me double check something first. There are sealed Dominaria Remasters on eBay for 102.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty tasty. Like, for just the fun of it, that's for what is that? $13 more plus some taxes and shipping. Let's just go ahead and round it to a $20 bill. Upgrading from your
Free
regular
shipping.
draft booster box to a remaster for $20 more. Not just in price point, not just in like card value or anything like that. Shout out to getting more money for what you open, but the experience you're having, like we've talked about a number of times. One of the things I enjoy about play boosters is that there are more rares and mythics. You're actually having a higher power level. And shout out to Bob, and sometimes how fun it can be playing some of those lower powered slug matches. But I do enjoy having some bombastic cards.
Yeah. With so with tax, free shipping, it's 441
How is
divided by
this
4.
so cheap?
So it's
Jeez.
one. It's one. Yeah, Urza's is Urza's got nuked. So it's $110 with tax, which is pretty dang cheap, and it's
Yeah.
free shipping.
Yeah, I mean that would be a great time.
And pull up. Didn't you have the EV of the Dominaria Remastered as well?
Yeah, right here. So what's interesting about this right now for Dominator Remastered, the MTG stock's expected value is between $154 and $134. So that's almost like a 15% increase if you were to just open the boxes. So what prompted me to look into this stuff was Rudy was talking about some of that currently in Flesh and Blood, how the box price is so darn cheap across so many different sets that just by opening the box, that's $60. If you do that, you buy a case of them, $250 shipped, right? You open that up and you can make your money and some. So I was thinking, Magic the Gathering certainly got more than a few overlooked products. And one of the most downtrodden certainly has always been Dominator Remastered in recent times. And lo and behold, it seems as the actual card prices, opening values, and expected values reflect on that.
Yeah.
So I think I might be getting in this action.
In a mass opening scenario, it doesn't seem like a bad play.
Yeah, since November, I mean, we just keep going up 351 and we're at 430 as an average pack price. Yeah.
And that was draft boosters. The EV was specifically draft boosters.
I think
It
that's
just
what
says
this
booster
is
box.
all.
What does that mean?
I'd have to talk to Anthony over from MTG Box Analysis, see if he's got any numbers on this stuff.
Well, because I worry that it just says box value. I don't know. Where does it say, like, specifically draft booster?
Well, this
Versus
just
like
says
any.
booster box. So that leads me
Yeah, but there's
to
multiple
think that
boosters.
it's
There's set
based on.
boosters. There's draft boosters. Collectors. They're all boosters.
It's true. It's true.
Unless it only tracks draft boosters. Which, considering it says the low is $195, it's just the market's wrong. It says the market price is $134. Oh, that's to open it. Never mind.
And again, MTG stocks does always seem to trail on the higher end, but
Well, it's because they pull their prices from Card Kingdom, and those prices are always higher. They're always higher. I don't think I've ever seen anything cheaper on Card Kingdom.
if so, it's usually a mistake and it doesn't last very long at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is certainly something I'm looking into, and I'm just a little shocked. Urza Lord High Artificer in the Borderless foil, $10.
Yeah, it is quite cheap.
Wowza.
He was I'm trying to think of how much I think he was like up in the 20s and 30s prior to this.
Yeah, he had that was definitely an expensive card. Certainly sought after for quite a while, and it just got so many reprintings that it never really bounced back. And I think it'll be quite a while before we actually see that really gain its price point. But
Trying to think of another set. Bloomberg, I think, is going to be a really successful set. Are
oh
you
yeah.
a Assassin's Creed guy? Are you do you give any flips about that?
Yeah, so weird thing about that, I've played a bunch of the Assassin's Creed games, pretty cool games. The only thing is that is not going to translate very well into a Magic the Gathering set, in my opinion. With how I saw some of the preview cards, I'm not interested at all.
Yeah, I've played a couple Assassin's Creeds. I think I beat one, but I can't even remember which one I beat. They're not a bad game at all. I like the traversal. I like that all feels good. It's kind of like, I don't know, there was a game I think it was called Titan of the Colossus.
Mm,
That had like a lot of like climbing, and it feels like Assassin's Creed just did that a little better. But Titan of
mm.
the Colossus was like an older game, if that's what it's called. I think it is. You
There's
like
a
fight
game
these.
called Titan of the Colossus where there are giant monsters, and the point of the game is to like climb around on their bodies to be able to
Yeah,
slowly hit pain points and take them down.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, but that was a good game, but then also, um, I think Assassin's Creed takes that like concept and goes like further and just makes the traversal of the world a lot better. There was another, like, was it a
Mm.
Lord of the Rings game?
Yeah, some of the I think Shadows of Mordor. I think that had some really good traversal mechanics as well. There
Was that
have
the
been a
one where
couple of
you like fight the generals, and like as you kill them,
yep,
they have like they like come back and like fight you. They like come back stronger and like
yeah.
not
It
haunt you,
had
but like,
the Nemesis system.
yeah, the nemesis. That's right.
They actually got a trademark for that, which is quite surprising. And the next time we're going to see another iteration on that is going to be in the next Wonder Woman game. I think that comes out sometime next year.
Wonder
Yeah,
Woman.
surprising as it is, they're making a similar setup to like Shadows of Mordor, where it's different levels and you go through a world, and it's got the Nemesis system built into it. So as you vanquish enemies, they become more difficult, and if any of them kill you, they come back again. So you see another reiteration of the character, but stronger. And sometimes those people can show up in your friends' games as well. And it'll say, featured from the death of, and it says who you are or whatever.
Interesting.
Hmm. Speaking of video games, Hades 2 came out into early access, and I gotta say, pretty darn good looking. That's a very pretty game.
I did not look into it yet. I haven't even played Hades 1, so I felt like it's kind of weird to jump into Hades 2.
I get that. Actually, right before I got on stream here, an hour ago, I was playing Hades, the original. Um, I think it's just a bit more polished than Hades 2 is at this point. It's just, really fine tuned for a fast play experience, easy pickup roguelite. Whereas Hades 2 is a little bit slower paced right now.
Interesting.
Some of the move set, actually all of the moves, three of your face buttons can be used as quick or charge up attacks. So it can very drastically slow down the play. Whereas in the original Hades, it can be quite frantic, fast paced, and frenetic. So there's, even though can sometimes be a bit of a difficulty on the learning curve, it's not the easiest thing in the world to master. It's definitely palatable for the pickup, but for the long-term players, there's a very deep pool of skill. You can really push yourself. Yeah, phenomenal. I gotta say, top 3 roguelites I've ever played. Yeah, it's right up there with Binding of Isaac and Enter the Gungeon for me.
I've never played either one of those. I've heard Binding of Isaac was a damn good game, but
So the problem with Binding of
I don't
Isaac
like the
is it,
visuals.
yeah, oh yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
I don't want to play with sound on, and I wish I could just not look at the game. Like it's not. One of the bosses is a giant hairy leg with a heel on it that's supposed to
Yeah,
be
I've
your
seen
mother.
that.
And it's really gross. It's honestly one of the grossest, nastiest, uncomfortable games I've ever played, with some of the most deepest, interactive, well thought out mechanics I've ever experienced. Only I mean, right up, Enter the Gungeon is second to that. I mean, Binding of Isaac is really top tier. It's just gross. You're like crying on people to hurt them.
Yeah, it
High
happens.
school?
I think I've seen Enter the Gungeon before, but I've never played.
Phenomenal. They did so much work with Enter the Gungeon. There's an entire system of synergies in guns, weapons, and equipment that you can get. So if you have like a power up that makes your bullets go serpentine and you get an AK-47, then your AK-47 has these really wide swervy bullets and it just goes all over the screen. And it's got a lot of different interactions like that built into it over the many updates they issued. And the gameplay really evolved. So many different alternate endings to it. You've got a number of characters, but also the way you finish your run, you can have different endings to it.
Have you ever played Contra?
Yeah, for sure.
Vampire Survivors did a crossover with Contra, I guess. And so now there's guns in Vampire Survivors. You can play as the Contra characters.
I'm not too shook up about that. I mean, the wizard with like that wand it was shooting, it felt like it was, a pistol or something almost, just magic-y.
Yeah, I don't really care too much about it. It's just it's a little weird, but it's called Operation Guns.
I think that at this point in time, they released a good couple of months ago at this point to get a little bit of resurgence. I think doing a crossover is pretty good for their marketing scheme. It's their Universes Beyond product line almost for the game. And going to mobile was huge for them.
Yeah, I forgot they even went to mobile, but it makes sense. The game should be able to run fine on mobile.
Hey, what up, Johnny? How you doing?
Yo. Oh my god.
Just hanging out, talking about some video games. What have you been gaming on
Paradox
lately, Johnny? What about you, Matt? What have you been filling some of your free time with?
Arcs Ascended.
Yeah? No shit, huh? You're still into it.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting close. We're
Are
getting
you
close
playing
to
on online servers or doing some solo play?
I run my own dedicated server with me and my buddy. So I host one of my I have like another computer that I have that used to be a mining rig for cryptocurrency, but now I just run any server that we need. So I've done it for Valheim and Arc for hosting our own servers. It's nice because you have like way more control over settings and I mean, you could do it with single player mode, but like, and as far as multiplayer, I don't think you have to you have to either buy or host your own server.
So
So,
are you doing uprated settings for the hosted server you're running?
oh yeah, we have our settings boosted almost entirely. Dude, it takes without any boosted settings, it
Oh yeah,
takes
the grind is
3 days.
unacceptable.
And it's 3 days and 20 hours to raise a wyvern from an egg to a full adult, real time. It's almost 4 days. If you want to raise one singular dinosaur in with unboosted rates, I gotta tell you, I'm not waiting 4 days.
Yeah, I'm not
So
doing that. That was one of the issues I had when I was playing solo on the first one, Survival Evolved, and I found the grind just to be really um, off-putting. It was distasteful.
yeah,
So
it would
upping
take
all the
forever.
server settings. What's
You
that?
can do you can see yeah, it would take forever to like get anywhere. And
Oh yeah.
you can boost your rates to like ungodly numbers in single
Mm.
player. So you can mess with all those settings, but and I would highly recommend it. But yeah, our server settings are pretty like we actually just boosted our baby mature multiplier, which is like the how long it takes them to grow up. We started at 42 times the standard rate. Um, but we're getting to the point now where we put about 40 to 50 hours into our world and we kind of want to just like move it along, like let's go. So we went from 42 to 184 times multiplier for the for the mature multiplier for the babies. And it's still going to take like an hour for a wyvern to grow up. And like basically the reason why it's like so you have to take an egg from the nest. You have to then knock out a mother, grab her milk. Then you have to raise up the baby, feed it the milk because it only eats the milk while it's a baby. But once it's grown up, it eats meat, which is fine. And then not only that, you have to get a good egg, get a good mom and a dad. Then you have to breed them, and then you have to make the kids that get better as like they get mutations. And if you had to wait for the each baby to grow up and hopefully get a mutation for each one of them, if you had to wait and actually breed like this army of good wyverns, you would be there for fucking weeks. So we're expediting that. We just got two good Rexes that we're gonna breed together and hopefully get some good mutations and then beat the end game. I doubt that's gonna happen today, but we might do some cave going today. I think the caves are fun. The world boss that we're gonna do it's on Scorched Earth called the Manticore. That we just need some T Rexes. I think we can do 20 or 18 T Rexes and two Diodons. I think, or maybe a UD and a Diodon. The Diodons have this like AoE healing aura, and the UDs have like a I think it's a damage buff. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, we normally don't have like crazy multipliers, but like our taming speed is only at 5 times. Our harvest multiplier is only 2 times. We didn't mess with the daytime. We left that alone. Harvest amount is 3 times, and taming speed multiplier is 4 times, which I just realized I have the taming speed multiplier in here twice. So I don't know what it's actually doing. So I'm just gonna remove
Times 6,
this.
baby.
Because like the settings is
That's
just an
math.
ini file. It's just a text ini file. So I'm wondering if it's like overriding. I'm just gonna put it back put it to the normal
So
timing.
I've been playing Balatro a whole bunch. It's like a
Uh-huh.
roguelike card game, and that's like how they do their math is you just get multipliers on multipliers, and it's just ridiculous by the end of it. I've seen some people getting scores that have like E in the number just because they have to do it to powers because it's such a big number.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard about that game, but I have not checked it out. Not just yet.
I'm not really into poker. I'm not like a gambler by any
Yeah.
stretch. I know how to play poker. As far as like what the cards are and all that, it's definitely a roguelite. That's what's weird about it. Is
A
it's
roguelike poker game.
yeah, and there's a pack opening like aspect to it. So honestly, I think you'd really like it. Um it's not easy. Legitimately, it's one of the hardest roguelites I've probably ever played. Maybe it's just because I'm like dumb. Oh, dude, Johnny playing Horizon 5 and Diablo 4. So I gotta say, I loved the Horizon series. I know it's a very big offshoot for the Forza franchise. I'm not a huge like simulator driver, but the arcade style of the Horizon series was super fun. Nothing like driving a pickup truck over a moving train. Yeah, Balatro though. I think Matt, you'd really I think you'd dig it.
I'll check into it.
It's pretty cheap, so I mean, for price of entry, it's probably I think you would get more out of that than the next Marvel movie.
I was gonna say, is it on the Xbox Game Pass?
I don't think it's on Game Pass, but it's on
Damn.
Steam, so what is it, like $10?
Probably. Weren't we talking about Stellaris like
So let's
the other
see,
day?
80s 2, and I got Balatro. So I've put in 18 hours. Jesus. Okay. I bought this game like a week ago, and I put in 18 hours. Um it's really fun. I don't understand why it is as good as it is. Um there's definitely like a meta to it. Not just like the cards that are good, but there's a meta play experience. So every time you do something, it feels like you're making a push towards upgrading and having more things available to you. But again, difficult. Yeah, surprisingly good loop with tight runs make a fast paced but deep roguelike. I think that that's a great synopsis for me. And that was 4 hours ago in gameplay.
Yeah, it has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam.
It is very good.
Which is funny because, like, I don't think that I would ever say that a roguelike for poker would ever come out of my mouth. Like, it just doesn't, it just doesn't
It's
it
weird
doesn't make
that
sense to me.
so how it works, you've got a bunch of cards to make a hand from to play a poker hand. But at the top, you see all these joker cards. That's part of the roguelite thing. These are all random and they can have different effects on them as the base part. So like this card here that looks like an ice cream cone, all psychedelic, right? The ice cream cone will give you 100 extra chips for the hand you played. But this is a foil version. And the foil version, oh, of course, that's better. So it gives you an extra 50 chips on top of that. So
Do these
there's,
foils Pringle?
they don't, they stay incredibly flat.
No
And
way.
unlike this person, so this has like a CRT filter on it with all these weird lines. I took that shit off. It gave me a headache. I don't want to play that game.
I was
So
curious of what that was, if that was actually part of the game or if that was.
yeah, no, that's how this is designed. It's not just StreamYard. Shout out to StreamYard. You're
Yeah, they've been
fine.
doing fine. StreamYard
Yeah,
is.
like it's for $25 a month, they better be at least very fine. Like I'd write in. I get angry on the internet. The anonymity gives me a mask I would never use in person. So along with the cards you play, there's the meta cards, these jokers, and then you have a small consumable area of tarot or planet cards. Planet cards will upgrade the level of the hand you played. So, hey, I like to play 2 pairs. So, you can see here, they got a flush. It's level 14. So, they really like playing flushes. So, it gives them a lot of points. And as you go through, you can see that they're getting all these different multipliers. So it's definitely like a maximizer's paradise.
Yeah, it's quite weird. Oh my god, 245,000.
Yo, that is part of it. Is like that feeling of, oh my god, it's tickling my dopamine so much.
The numbers. I'm looking at
And all sorts of
the
different,
Steam
like,
sale for Paradox Games. They got up to 80% off.
what's it cost? $14. I mean, do it. Take it out of our account. You know, it's worth it. I'll sign off on that.
What's funny about that? I almost used our debit card on accident. I didn't, but I was looking for my HSA card, and both of them are in the same spot, and they're both blue. And I pulled it out. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not my HSA.
What is that? Like, you live in a house? No, that's HOA. I was like, you live in a gated community? Jeez,
HSA is
you are a fancy fella.
No, it's a health savings account. No, I'm definitely not in an HOA.
Although
Bob's in an HOA.
I do wear collar shirts like in my off time.
I'm real fancy today. I got a suit.
Okay, so Matt and I were talking off the air. You know, we're outside of work friends and all that kind of shit, right? And I was working our state auction today, and I saw a guy who had that same fucking shirt on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he had a very different looking beard than you did. He had the Amish dude beard. So like his whole face was shaved in the middle, but he had the big beard down the bottom, but all this was gone in the middle. Yeah, it looked weird as
I don't like the mustache, to be honest. Like I keep my mustache very short because it gets in the way of my eating.
Yeah.
You can't have that. I like eating a lot.
Oh, and boogers. It's the worst. Like you blow your nose and you get a good production, and it's just the worst part of facial hair is the mustache. And it's wild how many people will have just a mustache.
Yeah, I don't get it. I want to keep it as short as possible. I want to shave it off, but it's short.
Bad. Yeah.
So check this out. Look at the pricing of this little bit ditty right here. Is that the right screen? Look at that. Look at this. 144 with play boosters. They're going up. Look at the trend. Up. You know how long it's been since we've had a booster box for like a standard set go up since release?
That's
it's very cool.
Yeah. What's the 3-month look on that chart?
Well, I mean, it hasn't been out for 3 months.
I mean, that's almost like, what was pre-sale? 150?
150 at the highest, and then 130s at the lowest. 131. But it's back to, this is 137, but that's incorrect because the lowest run right now is 144.
Up, didn't it? What is that?
LCI, Lost Caverns of Ixalan.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about Lost Caverns of Ixalan earlier.
Yeah, I think
it's up
Lost
to
Caverns and Dominaria Remastered are both surprising turnaround right now.
You've got the collector boosters of Outlaws as well, 216. That's pretty dang good. You know what's great about this is I bought
that bundle though. Look at that bundle for $45. Not just like the packs and the cards you're getting, but the actual physical items, like the spin down, which is great because for a life counter, one thing, but for an actual just counter, and then you get the like physical item of the box. Yeah,
that's 9 play boosters. Yeah, but it's not a good price. Nine play boosters. So I feel like use a calculator here. So it's 145 divided by 36, $4 a pack times 9. You've got $36 in play boosters. So you're paying what, $8 for the container, and is there anything the die? It's not terrible value, but
and then 15 lands.
And then one traditional foil card with bundle exclusive art. I don't know if any of those are worth any money. Then you
Probably
get 15 traditional pringled lands, 15 non-pringled lands.
Twid says that you can find the bundles for 36 tax-free. My man, smart shopper, this guy.
Yeah, I've got a couple bookmarked places here. Although I don't really know this one here. I've used a few times. Collector's Cache. I don't know. Can I just search for Outlaws of Thunder? Do they have any Outlaws of Thunders? Yeah, so they've got them for $35, but that's not tax free. I don't think. Can I like add to cart? Where's the cart? Can I go to checkout? I don't know if there's tax. $3 of tax. So these would be $38.
That's how I can afford to give away bundles during my game streams. Got to find those deals. Yeah, for sure, man.
So these are for this site that I have. It'll be $38 with tax. No, free shipping though. I think it says shipping's 0, but I might have to enter in my stuff in order for it to know. So that'd be close to the actual price of the Play Booster. You get the other stuff for free. Trying to see if I have any other card websites. This one's Smoke and Mirrors Hobby Shop.
Bundles at C Cash are sold out. Okay.
Got $38 for this. Unclear if it's taxed or not. Yeah, the places that
Johnny,
don't do
they got to cut those corners. You know, those foil lands are very expensive.
This looks like tax free. $38 tax free. They downshifted from 20. I thought they used to be 10 for the foil lands, but it could be.
Has taxes. Okay.
Smoke and Mirror has taxes. Okay, it doesn't say anything about taxes unless maybe I have to put in my information. But yeah, let's go to a previous set. I thought it was always 20, but let's check Karlov Manor, see if they've got. Shouldn't be hard to find the bundles. You know, I saw bundles at Walmart for $50. I'm like, what? They're $34. Why would I ever buy one? That? So $15 here, 5 with full art. That's kind of cool. This is different. That would be kind of cool if the land packs had like X number, like a randomized number of full arts. So it actually was like fun opening up the lands. All right, let's check Lost Caverns of Ixalan bundle to see if they have changed. $35 for the bundle. Yeah, 20 lands, 20 traditional, 20 non. So yeah, so as of Play Boosters, they've reduced the basic land count to 15 instead of 20. I mean, quite frankly, I think they're like the majority of people just throw those away. Like I don't know that I've ever used them.
No, I have like no reason to have. I have empty booster boxes just full of lands, and they pretty much just never get touched.
I have the non-foil, kind of trash them, and the foil ones, if they don't Pringle, I'll use them. But if they Pringle, you just can't use them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the exact opposite. Is I'd rather have just the non-foil ones.
So actually, they're $50. That makes more sense. I was like, $35 seemed cheap, but somebody's trying to charge $15 shipping, and it's fair market value with 0% feedback rate in one sale. I would not purchase from this person, to be honest. I don't know. Something just seems a little off. I mean, it's not a ripoff. It's just they have no feedback.
So I got rid of that Fallout box I had, and I gotta say I'm happy I did. It's still doing well, but honestly, just more pleased to get rid of it.
Yeah, what is it? I actually haven't checked enough. 480. That's such a good. That's such a good uptick. I like it. Just going up. I still have both mine. I haven't opened them. They're just too high. I don't know. 500. That's like a grand. I have a grand just sitting on my bookshelf, and I bought them for $360, I think. So like I could definitely make money, like a decent chunk of change from it, but I don't know. I just don't ever see them going down. Like, why would they ever go down? They're just. It's a very good IP. It is low print run. I just don't see it going down. I don't know. Why do I not see it? Oh, it's because Universe is beyond the Fallout. I'm like, why don't I not see Fallout? $3,700 market price $2,200. There's only 2 listings of booster cases.
I mean, there's
And
just nobody that has that.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, the last one was sold on 4/18 for $2,900.
Well, it was just so difficult to get boxes that getting a sealed box of 6 is ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, you know what? How many are these are selling? The last one was
Is
sold
that 6 or is
today.
that 12?
I think that's 6. A decent number of sales. I mean, just a week ago they were in the 440s, 450s, so they're just going up. Yeah, booster case is
Twitter's
6.
got a
Yeah.
link here to Stomping Grounds with a $36 bundle Outlaws.
Yeah, the Stomping Grounds, I've seen advertisements on Facebook for it, which is interesting. I don't know exactly why they're advertising so heavily on like Facebook and stuff, but I have seen them. Not what I wanted to do at all. I want to copy it. How do I copy it? Delete comment. No, I want to copy the link. StreamYard, why? Whatever. Let's go to Stomping Grounds. Stomping Grounds TCG. Yeah, I did some research on this because they have some like pretty cheap prices overall. Especially on Modern Horizons 3. Hello? There we go. Modern Horizons 3 right now they're selling for $369 for a collectors and then $235 for play boosters. I bought mine
tax-free to Florida. Yeah, well, that doesn't help me out,
well.
Twiddler. I'm just jerking your chain, buddy.
I'm pulling my Discord up right now to check. I bought Modern Horizons 3, so I got play boosters for $224, which is cheaper than the $235 that Stomping Grounds has. And then the Commander deck display I got for $172, and they're selling for $199. And why is it this bright green color? Like, this is hard to see. Like, yeah, you can barely even see it on the sharing of the screen for the pricing next to this, like $239.
No,
They
I
need to pick a
don't.
better
I
color.
pretty much don't see that.
Yeah, it's like non-existent, but at least you can see it. You can see it here, $199. What's crazy about that is like this is like regularly available right now, available for pre-order. If you go to try to buy it on TCG Player or even like Amazon, they're like the Commander deck displays are like $240. Oh yeah, I forgot they don't come in the actual. $228. So that's $30 cheaper, and there's no tax on this. I don't know if it's no tax everywhere. Maybe it's only no tax out of state.
Could just be Florida. Like, I'm pretty sure Florida's a non-taxing state for this stuff.
I don't know. It's zero. It's zero. It's no tax for me as well in Ohio, but we have tax.
Okay. Shit if I know.
I think
I
it's,
am
don't
also
know.
dumb. Don't discard that fact.
Check Amazon here.
Slamazon.
I haven't checked Amazon prices in a while. So we've got $600 for the fancy version, which I haven't seen sold anywhere. As far as like these sites, I haven't seen them sell the fancy versions. They're all selling the non-fancy versions. So the $600 one, I don't know. I don't know about the $600 one. Is it foil? If it's foil, I definitely don't want it.
I'll be honest. I'm not fucking
All
with
foil,
any
ready to play. Yeah, I don't know,
like
man.
when it comes down to gambling on
Ripple
MH3 for pre-sale prices. Even at this point, I would rather just not. Like
$310 for play packs.
Even
But
at like a low price, I've been hemming and hawing on like, is it worth it at all for me to engage with this product? And I don't really care for it.
I think
just
the set's
so
going to be a
expensive.
banger.
Yeah,
It's a
well,
pretty
that's
high
the thing is
price.
it's going to add a lot of very good cards that all just proxy for 1% of the price.
Yeah. I think it might be a really fun set to open.
Hmm.
Well, is there anything special in this
Well,
bundle?
let me
Does this
pose
have the
this
collector
question. Do
booster?
you think any of these items will
Yeah.
not be readily available to you in 6 months?
It depends. I mean, the way they've been doing it recently, maybe. If it's as limited as Fallout, then these will be a banger. If it's readily available like Dominaria Remastered, then it's going to be a turd. I mean, the purpose of this set is to fuel modern with cards. So
So would they not make it readily available then?
it should be readily
Let's
available
just
is what I'm
overuse
saying.
the phrase. Let's go for it, right?
Yeah, they should be readily available for modern players to lower the cost. $500. That is not a good price. Why?
None of this is like a good price.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is like when you go look at like here, these are for $369. It's $130 cheaper. Like it's not even like a small number. It is a very large number, and they're saying the regular price here is $470. Then you got
Oh, I
TCG
love that.
player
Prices aren't the best, but the service is top notch. Check out twiddlersplace.com.
$378. That's actually I'm surprised that's almost as low as this. Is that with tax or is that a fake listing? No, that's without tax, but I mean when you're looking at almost $400, you kind of want the no tax.
Yeah, that's going to be, notable.
This is kind of what it worries me. I had the option to buy collector boxes at where is it at? So this is the place that I go to that you have to actually have $329. Like that's a really cheap price for collector boosters. But I still didn't buy them because this trend, where's it at? This trend worries me.
Right.
Like
That's
this
what I'm
is like
saying is I expect this
it's
to be
just
just about as available as Modern Horizons 2. The only product that might be an outlier are going to be like the gift bundle, and collectors. And even at that, like I just don't really care.
yeah, this is MVP Sports and Games. I don't have an account with them. I have a buddy that has an account with them. But they don't allow you to. At one point, he was like sharing his login with other people, and they were able to like buy stuff. And he got in trouble because it was shipping to out of state from where he lived, and they were like, "No, you have to pick one address, and you have to lock it in, or we'll ban your account because they don't want people sharing logins." So I just have a buddy that gives me he gives me like the pricing, and then I just purchase it through him. I just give him the money, and it ships to his house, and I just go. He brings it over when we play Commander because we play in real life. So unfortunately, I don't know if I don't think Bob has this. I don't think he has a login. He might have somebody that has a login, but I don't know if he uses them or not. From what I understand, it's invite only. If you go to the website, there's just a login screen. You can't even see the pricing. So it's supposed to be invite only. It's some kind of Pennsylvania trading card store, like a local, like an LGS or something. And it's invite only. And the only way I know how to do it is like try to find them on like eBay, I guess, and like buy something from them on eBay. You have to have. It's weird. In order to get the invite, you have to have bought something first, but you can't get an invite because you can't buy anything from their website. So if you can't buy anything, how do you get the invite? It's like this loop of
Yeah.
like, what the hell? Like, what do you even mean? But it's invite only. I don't know how. If like your friends could invite you, that would kind of make more sense.
It's
But yeah, if you could get
exclusivity.
what?
It's exclusivity. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's a friend of a friend thing kind of thing.
I know that like I think my friend said he got invited by buying something from them on eBay. That's where he got his.
Huh. Hey, what up, Time Capsule? It's funny. I was thinking about you, Time Capsule, the other day. I was watching some 1990s Nickelodeon show, like programming kind of stuff, and they had a time capsule full of Nickelodeon stuff, and it kind of made me go, "Huh, I know a guy with that name." And that was about it. That's all I got.
I don't even know how to. Can you search for a seller on eBay? I don't even know what their eBay store is.
Lols. I'm not sure if you can.
It
Yeah.
might be. It might be this person or this seller, MVP Sports Card Co. I don't know. Because like their website is MVP Sports and Games, but their eBay might be this, or it might be. Oh, here we go. This is a Reddit post. How much do I need to spend into MVP Sports on eBay, and is it worth it? I'm trying to get an MVP account right now as well. I was told to make a purchase from their eBay account and contact their customer service support with a transaction number and request invitation. You spelled more wrong. Oh. I was like, what? Who cares? So if you haven't replied yet and literally bought sleeves and messaged in eBay, basically wholesale and no tax from what I've seen, you can't barely beat their prices before tax. Yeah, there is no tax. That's the crazy thing. He bought a pack of sleeves, sent them to their eBay account. eBay account told me to email the website account. I'm in now. So basically, you just have to buy anything from their store and then send them an email, and you get an invite. I guess.
Huh.
Maybe I'll do it because like it's a little annoying to have to like have my buddy wait for him to get the thing. Then he sends me the thing, and then he goes, "What do you want?" And then I have to go look at what I want based on like the screenshot that he gives me. Then I have to be like, "Okay, I want these things." Then I have to wait for him to buy it to give me the price to then send him the money. So then he's like putting it on his credit card, so then I can send him the money. I'd rather just purchase it myself. So maybe I'll look off. I don't know if this is the. I don't know if this is the right. Well, I don't know if this is it though. I have to like.
Twiller says he's going to test it now.
Yeah, I don't think this is the right seller. This is like MVP 3 Sports Card Co. I don't think this is it. Because like you would think somewhere on here it would be like, where are the
We those guys.
where are those guys? See, what is it like? MVP Sports.
That should be the next stream we do. It's just called We Those Guys.
Sports Cards SoCal. Yeah, I'm not even entirely sure how to know what their eBay store is. How do I wish this Reddit post from 4 years ago had their eBay store. I am not able to find their eBay account. I agree. Nobody replied. Come on, Reddit.
All y'all suck. Bunch of random people on the internet not helping us out.
I have
Thumbs
a
down,
eBay
Reddit.
account with lots of feedback with lots of magic purchases. I bought 2 mystery booster bucks from the eBay and got the invite. Yeah, it seems like just buying anything gives you the invite, but what the hell's their thing?
Yeah, who I buy from.
I wonder if I could get my buddy if like on their when you log in, maybe it shows like a link to their eBay account. Or maybe even just like MVP Sports and More. Is that like a .com? Sports and More. See, this isn't. Is this even the right place? This is in Ohio. I live in Ohio. I don't think this is it. One T-shirt at a time. Yeah, I'm not sure this is it.
One T-shirt at a time.
Making visions possible, one T-shirt at a time. Our process: cut and press, screen printing, embroidery. Yeah, I have a feeling.
Them guys.
I have a feeling this isn't it. Unless like the website and the email are different.
They got a whole mask of different identities.
See, this is the login.
Twitter's also out there sleuthing.
This is all you see on the login page. Like this is the website.
Good luck, Ed.
Just MVP Sports Games. It's go.mvpsportsgames.com. But there's like no way to like see add invite code. Help. Yeah, help. Okay, so the website or the email address is service@mvpsportsandgames.com. Hello, I received a direct account invite and or have ordered from you in the past, but I'm having trouble logging in. I wonder if I could have, I don't know, maybe my buddy knows the eBay account. This is where I originally found, or maybe their Facebook. Is this actually it? No, this is This is the fucking T-shirt website again, or the T-shirt guys again. They have a. Oh, this is the T-shirt ones again. Maybe it's the same. I don't know. Is this the T-shirt one? Oh, it sucks. I don't think it's the same. I don't know. Anyways, down that rabbit hole.
Them on TCG. Okay.
What do you say? Yeah, but I think you have to buy it on eBay. I don't know if TCG works. But yeah, if you want to get in on like the crazy good prices, this is. I don't think you can ever really like 173 per set. It's like $60 cheaper than your standard pricing for most of the stuff is like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40% off. It's crazy. Yeah, definitely don't buy it on. I mean, this is one of those things on Amazon where you definitely don't buy it. Like, it's so much higher than everywhere else. I don't think there's a way to see like a history of the price. It says best deal, so this is the cheapest via Honey. Can I see the? Isn't there like a way to see like the price history? Maybe because it's not on sale yet, you can't see it. Oh, we'll do the live. What's on sale?
Right.
Oh, Ravnica boosters at $34. Whoa, dude! Draft pack.
3 boosters for $15. That's $5 for a draft pack. Ooh.
Strixhaven command. Why is the Witherbloom deck really $81?
What? Makes no sense. Who's on drugs?
I can't type. Wither.
I don't know, Twiddler. It might just have like a different audience. Shit if I know. Speculation
$50 on TCG. Why is it so expensive? How is that on sale? Or how's that a deal?
It's not a deal. That's just one of the things you have to be careful in general about Amazon is even though it might seem like it's cheaper, just cross-reference with at least one or two other sites and you'll really get a feel for the market. I mean, that's kind of, one of the points of our site, this episode, excuse me, is, checking out the market. Is it a downturn? Is this, what it should be presented at? No, this is clearly 40% over market value, and it's supposedly marked as a deal. Oh, gross.
Honey normally shows like when it says best deal, it normally shows like the last like 30 days.
But it's probably why it doesn't.
Oh, it didn't. It says it doesn't detect any price change in the last 30 days. So this is
a sale. So it's always been ridiculous.
It's just you save 5% if you buy 4 or more. All right, whatever. There's no good deals right now. No Amazon dumps confirmed, and that deal for the Witherbloom is not good. One thing I haven't looked into is Part the Mistveil. How's that? $87?
Yeah, I love that. That's the pre-sale price for Flesh and Blood now is under $90.
I wonder if this is gonna go under.
Oh yeah, that shit's gonna be under $70. Hey, let's be real here. It's gonna be pretty cheap pretty soon. What Flesh and Blood set after the original 3 isn't?
The last thing I opened was the historic pack.
Yo, so those I like those frames. It's a throwback to like when I first got into Magic the Gathering when they started doing some of that looking stuff. I like those white borders.
Looking real good.
Ooh, nice. You could just open it practically for free. And that's for 4 boxes. Like
it's 191.
First edition. Throw in some taxes. Let's call that let's go wild. Taxes and shipping and all that jazz, $220. That's $55 per sealed first edition box just for funsies. That like just an opening experience. Geez, look at that. A single box is $42.
Well, yeah, but the card prices, the Spellbound Creeper is the only one worth a good amount of money. Everything else, well, I guess there's New Horizons, Channel Lake Frigid, but this is the alternate art from I think it was from Channel Fireball when you bought like a case or a pre-release case or something, or pre-order or something. I think either that or just special edition that you can only get, and it's very rare. But anyways, the actual cards, like it drops off very quickly. 23, 24, 16, 6, 2.
Wow.
So like you're getting like 65 cents. Like we're already down in like less than $1 on the front page.
Wow.
It's not looking good. You're like very much gold fishing.
So Twiddler says he was checking out the advanced seller modifications there on eBay, and he found no MVP at all. They continue to be elusive.
Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to buy from them on eBay. I mean, you can try on TCG Player and just like try like a
theme, bro.
Like a $10 or $20 purchase, and then send them in the email. And
who do I send feet pics to get into this?
How do I get in? Let me in. I want to shop.
You know how many women I've yelled that to? I just want to get in.
Let me in.
We're over an hour. I can be naughty. Dude, I was looking at this too, and I think it's going to experience. I think that this might even be the better Dominator remastered dip because it's got those serialized cards. So if you can get this, what is that, $150? You can't get serialized from that though. No. You have to buy the collector, don't you?
Yeah.
And that's where the real juice is at. But even
it's
this,
fairly
I mean,
stable for a month. So you would have had to get in at the 132 pricing for it to be like a really good deal.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see that again on this product line.
Probably not.
I think people are starting to figure out. I think that there really is a change. We'll know over the next 2 or 3 sets if there has been a distinct marketing change in their production numbers and what they're putting in their boxes. Because I realistically think that there is less overhead at this point because they're producing less. And I think that that's reflected in some of the box prices. I think Fallout was the right idea. Don't make a shitload of it.
Yeah, I think Fallout was a slam dunk. I don't know anything they did wrong with Fallout. I think they did everything right. They made it exclusive. They made all the art is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It realistically can make money.
Like that's the
like
the worst thing about Fallout is I can't get it. And one of the best things about Fallout is I can't get it.
What is an Omega pack?
It's that big booster box with one collector pack in it.
What's so special?
It's got a single collector pack in it. It's just it's like the Lumineers trove that Bob's so hard for. It's just this is that double hanger pack with one pack in it.
Yeah, I you know what you're saying, but like I was kind of hoping there'd be like maybe something a little extra in it than just a big box booster.
That was the first stuff I opened because they had those for $39 at Walmart, and I picked up 2 of them. And I felt like an idiot immediately.
Time to see if there's any goods. Most of the time, there's not.
I got some of those Ravages of War borderless sitting right back here. I got a bunch of this shit. Like it was so fun to open, and I didn't sell a bunch of it. I think there were only a couple of cards I did actually sell because they're so cool looking. I had a Specimen 73 right here. It's a Hornet Queen, and oh my god, it's cool looking.
The pricing isn't great, but it's not the worst. This is what I was worried about. When it was in the 150s, I was like, oh no. Because I bought mine for 150. I got 2 of them for 150. So I have 2 sets of Fallout collectors for the commanders, but like they were dipping down into the 150s. Are like, oh, they might have printed these a lot. Which realistically, these should have been printed to be readily available because it's
Yeah.
kind of like the entry into. I guess it like there's isn't there is there there's not a full foil version of this, is there?
Nope.
So maybe I'll just say that then it's nice to have like some way to get into the product, no matter how, because you get all of the cards if you have the full, if you buy all 4 decks, right? You just have every
No.
card.
That is not correct.
Oh, I thought you got the entire set if you had all 4 commander decks.
Nope. There are like fucking 53 cards, I think, that were only in the like full, like Ravages of War. That was it was right on the screen there. It was only done in the borderless versions. So that Destroy All Lands one was not in a pre-con deck. There were, I want to say 37 or 53. It was a weird number. Some prime shit.
How do I see the EV? Where's the EV?
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Why not?
A lot of sets actually don't get EV breakdowns like that because there's such a small pool to pull from. So product lines like the original Commander Legends won't have EV. And same thing for Fallout and some of the other Universes Beyond product lines, because there's such a small set of numbers to pull from for running statistics.
Where is it?
So it's a fucking play.
How do I get to the set's EV? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I usually use MTG stocks, and
maybe that's why I'm on MTG
sets have that. But again, I do not expect Fallout to have that. I sort chronologically, and it'll be pretty quick. Yeah, you know what you do. Yeah, it doesn't have it. It's just singles and sealed.
What the hell's it loading so long for?
It just hit refresh. It's fucked.
All right. $12,000 for a display master case.
Card Kingdom, baby.
No, the 12,000. The master case is like, it's like multiple cases of the display case of
shit.
collector's
So
boxes.
it's like 6 boxes of 6.
Yeah, it's like 6. Yeah, exactly. It's like a master case, or 12 boxes or whatever. However much,
36
probably 4
boxes
times.
that each cost $500 a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Right.
Who thinks about doing that?
I want to see Thunder Junction's EV.
You know, my buddy's right. If I had millions of dollars, if I was a legit multi-millionaire, I'd fuck around. I'd do dumb shit like this. I would probably go Logan Paul with a graded Charizard around my neck. I'd be a dumbass.
Well, that's why you're not rich.
Yeah, but like the people that are rich, you know, I've met a couple.
They don't make those dumb decisions, or else they wouldn't be rich anymore.
I've met a couple millionaires. I've met 1 or 2 multimillionaires before, and yeah, you're right. I definitely have a different mindset than those folks. But I'm way fucking cooler, Matt.
A booster box EV of Thunder Junction is like really bad, but yet it's still performing well. That's weird. Like it's like low $60, which is kind of what I experienced. I think my box was on the lower end. I think I was like closer to here. But if you're spending $145, and like you can, on average, you're losing $30 per box. That's not great. Why are they doing so well? What's happening? Is it? I mean, it's a fun set to draft. I get that. And why don't these have images? Hello?
No.
It looks stupid. Where are the images?
It's a bad scraping program.
Come on, MCG Stocks, get your shit together.
And this is why you guys should go check out cardboardfinance.com. Shout out to Josh from Hometown TCG. No, but legitimately, like, it is kind of worth it.
Consider supporting us to remove ads. I don't see ads, motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't see ads. I don't do any of your advanced techs.
What's the EV on Karlov Manor?
Oh, good.
Play booster display.
What's interesting is like the pages you were just on is what pretty much every market mover video is based on.
The EV's better than Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
Dude, this is the shit I'm saying though. Like when we look back at some of these downtrodden product lines, like who would say buying into Murders at Karlov Manor is a good idea? Fucking nobody would.
Yeah, see, they're still $93. It makes no sense. You actually can make money on Karlov Manor. You don't make anything on Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
Hit TCG players. See what the deal is.
No, it says it right here, $93. What is this? Is this some fucking affiliate link? No, it's just tracking. 101 shipped. Shipping included. So you got a little bit of tax on top. So you got like it's basically $109. But like with an EV of on average, it was what, 118? Which doesn't make any sense.
And that's not including commons. So literally throw away every fucking common and land that's not uncommon or higher. So like your filtering process, you can get rid of 50% of the cards in the box as you're going through it. So just mass box opening. If you're just running pure numbers, Dominator Remastered, shit like Karlov Manor, as we're seeing here, some of these sets that we looked over because they were air quotes bad, everybody said that, so nobody bought it. And now the people look back and they go, hey, there was a really cool card in there. What do? Get a single. How do I get that single? Oh, I go on TCG Player. Nobody's opened the box, so you get to set your own fucking prices. So some of the highest priced cards, let's do this. Let's look at the singles from Karlov Manor, Matt, and let's see how many listings there are for some of the most sought after cards. I think that would be a good reflection to see, like,
this doesn't math correctly. If the low end is $65 and the market average is 96, how is the average higher than the low and the average than the market combined? What does this average mean? What is this? They don't explain any of their data, especially since like they say that the commons are left out, but the commons don't mean jack. So even if it was in the data, it wouldn't matter. Even if and in the uncommons being in the data, it's just skewing the data. The rares are all trash, so it's just skewing the data. So in the end, you're just mythic fishing, which is why the set's trash. And even the average price of being $5, I'll be honest, I don't sell anything on TCG less than like $20 because I can't be fucked to package up a card and then drive up to the post office for $15. Like I don't know, it's just not worth it for me. I did it for one card yesterday. I sold Commander.
Oh, I love that. It's whether shout out. Placed an order. We'll let you know in 12 to 15 business days. LOL.
Well, it ain't gonna be that long. They'll ship it. They'll ship it faster than that. Well, what you should do is you should send them the email immediately.
So I can buy him one.
Just send them the email immediately because you've already placed the order. You have your order number. Just you only have to wait for it to receive it. That's what I would suggest.
Right, put the pressure on.
Like, hey, here's my order number. It hasn't shipped yet, but who cares? But yeah, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, it's just a little strange. I don't understand. This data doesn't make any sense. How is the EV so trash, but yet the set's doing so well? And it's a similar situation where the rares are complete trash. The average rare is going to be $1.64. That's crap. I would never sell any of them. This isn't true because I've seen, well, I guess the average, if you're taking all the crap rares and the good rares.
Well, it's probably in the mythic section though.
No, so that's the thing. This data is useless, honestly. Because like if you go to TCG Player and you actually look at the cards, what am I trying to do? Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Yeah, well, let's look at singles prices. How do I look at cards? And let's go to just rares. Can I do rares? Rare. Sort by high to low. So $13. So Slick Shot Show Off's a good card. So if you get any version of them, you're looking at a decent price. I don't know why this one is showing at $3 when the market price is $9. Is it? Yeah, so it's just wrong. I was gonna say 3 steps ahead was this is basically like what I called Cryptic Command, which I'm correct on because this is seeing lots of play and people are loving it. Maybe the price. I thought the rares were doing better. They've definitely went down. That's not ideal. Before release, there were a lot more rares above $10. So this is not good.
Yeah.
So I go back to why is the box doing so well? Because let's go to the mythics. How are the mythics doing? So we've got a couple $20 mythics, 17s, and then it just kind of plummets down to the around $10 marker.
It's that damn
I feel like it's going to be unless you're doing like mass box opening and like selling in bulk, not in bulk, but in mass in large quantities. I feel like it's going to be hard to do it. Earn Epic Store credit and enter for a chance to win a $500 TCG gift card.
The subsets are not included in the Outlaws of Thunder Junction expected value. Oh,
so like the big score is the big score in this? I think it is. Tiny Bones, which is stupid because it should be because it's part of it's part of the set.
Honestly, MTG stocks, like, it's raw data, but a lot of it's not that helpful. I don't know why I continue to use the site because it bases off of Card Kingdom, which I also know is pretty fucked. Saying it, we got 3 people viewing it, and I'm 1, so
It's unclear.
Realistically, I think the Fallout set probably more fun. I don't know if it's 4 times as fun as a, Murders at Karlov Manor set. Actually, it might be. Opening 1 collector box of Fallout is probably 4 times as fun as opening. If you open 4 boxes of Karlov Manor, it would be about as much fun as if you open 1 Fallout collector box. That's
I wish there was a way to show the prices. Checklist? Okay, there is a way to see it. $200 for the Mindbreak trap. See, this is probably where the money is. It's in the breaking news, mana drain.
Those arts, like, I can't wait to get those as proxies because they look great.
Yeah, so that's a good point. So I think Johnny's got a good point. This EV is skewed as fuck. This number is useless. It means nothing. It's completely. It just is because these are all in the display boosters or the play boosters. I mean.
Okay, so it's higher.
It's way higher.
What we're seeing as an EV.
It should be way higher because nothing else. It just doesn't line up because like if these are, I mean, there's a good chunk of these. Like what we're looking at. 14 cards above $30, 15, 16 cards above $30. Like these are all like, actually, what was it? There was one of them. Is he? Oh, I thought he was grinding a gun, like sharpening a gun. I'm like, what?
It makes my bullets have higher penetration. Duh.
He kind of is. Like it's got a like a revolver.
It's a gun blade.
It's a gun blade. Tarnation Weaponsmith enters 3rd month of sharpening. It's almost ready. Can you imagine sharpening a gun or sharpening a blade for 3 months and then you're like, it's almost good.
It's one of those things where like you just need to get a new sharpening wheel with a different grit. Like,
yeah, he's sharpening with like the smoothest stone ever. What is this? This looks
played
cool.
Enough of those like single player RPGs where you just need another workstation.
Oh, it's a bird that's really cool. So it's a bird in the center, but in like the water around it, it's got like different bird because it's a fractured identity. So each fracture is a different bird reflection.
All right, hold on. Better or worse than Richard Kane Ferguson?
I was about to be like, it is rich. No,
Yeah,
I think it's way
fuck
better.
that. It's
It's
that'll be our next
Johann
one.
oh god, Johann Shipax? Ship I don't it's not that's not how don't even it's not how it's said.
Johann Shepich.
Shipax?
Shepich. Yeah,
What
but
are
those
you a
look
Western
phenomenal.
guy? Like does this make you happy?
I like the art style. It's not the subject, it's the style that really entices me. It's like
I, I like these. Although I
was it
wish it wasn't
Darkest Dungeon
can I
or
flip it?
yeah, isn't that the one? It's just
Darkest
the
Dungeon is the one side scroller where you like you fight. Well, you're not really side scroller. You fight monsters on you're on the left, the monsters are on the right, and then you like have
yeah,
like
this is
moving
got like a
people.
very dynamic art style to it. I don't know what it is, but I could watch an entire anime with this and be just phenomenally pleased.
Mana Drain, Mind Break Trap, $220. That still blows my mind. What's a
It,
foil one of these going for? Is it more expensive or less? $20 for the Prosperity, 200 for the actual like buy on TCG player. Is it only foil? Yeah, they're only foil. Okay.
ugh. You know what that means? I'm paying 38 cents and it won't be foil. Holy shit.
Well, it's $20. Let's be calm down a little bit. Like the non. Oh, I see what you're saying. Never mind. It's $51. So $20. You know what's really weird about this Prosperity? There was something like
I don't
the
want that.
Well,
Well,
that's
no,
probably
no.
why
Like
it's
if I'm
doing so
gonna
bad.
proxy one of these, do you want that one or the one we were just looking at?
Yeah, I mean it looks pretty bad. Even this looks way better, but I
Yeah.
still wouldn't want that one because this one looks kind of creepy and weird. The one that
But
I would want would be maybe from Zendikar. Let's be honest. Like of all three of these, like this looks. I don't know. I just don't. This
that's
looks
what
weird.
yeah, that's what I'm looking
I
for.
don't like it. I like Mind Break. I like this one. This one looks cool.
I want the
But I'm sure
fanciest
there's a
looking
better
one
art
there on the
on.
left, but I want them to have a better text box so you can read the words better, which some artist is just gonna
Oh,
make up. Like
oh, okay.
it's difficult with a
This is
read
cool.
through because the background has yellow in it and the card text is white. So even there on the monodrain, like that screws with my eyes.
But trying to read the text.
Yeah. But I also have like that top one, that prosperity, that
You can
is
read this no
easier for me
problem.
to read, but I don't like the artwork as much.
The price difference is insane to me. 31, 186. It's just like
You
such a
can only get
large.
that full art one from the collector, probably.
Wait, why is Mana Drain banned in Legacy? Why? It's not that. It's just a counter spell. It's not that
It's
powerful.
like
I mean, it's
Rudy. I
good,
don't
but like,
actually play Magic.
I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure what Legacy is, but I mean,
I
like, I
think it
don't know
just has
like
to be before
what
a certain
range.
point. So like
And then it's
before
also banned in Historic as
like
well. Very weird.
Mirage or some shit.
Oh wow, I didn't realize Oko was banned in every. People were that
Well,
pissed off, huh?
Oko fucking Broco.
I remember. Yeah, I remember people being mad at Oko. I don't think he's. I mean, maybe I have to play against him to really feel the power.
So that
I guess
-1 is back-breaking. If at
it's
any
a
time,
plus
like
one.
during your turn,
It's a plus
it
one. It's not a
loses
minus
all of
one.
those abilities, and I can just neuter it and kill it with just being a 3/3. Yeah.
It's a plus one, not a minus one. I think that's the problem. I think that it just it gets a. You know what's actually interesting about Oko is you
That's a
can turn the
+1?
One
That's not
Ring.
a -1. Oh,
Yeah, it's a
shit.
plus one.
How is that a +1? Even if it were
Yeah,
a -1, that would be very notable.
yeah, you can turn somebody's One Ring into a 3/3 elk. That's pretty good.
Yo, what up, DJ? So speaking of DJ, Mr. Longhair here in the chat, Matt, I'm sending out some cards for grading. Do you think some of
Ooh,
these expensive cards, if you were to pull something like this, what we see this thought sees, going for a raw $50, $60, would
yeah,
you
that
want to
contagion engine's
grade
hot.
one of these? does that just push the value up for a 2 or 3 times multiplier like you're playing Balatro? Or is this just not worth it?
I have no idea.
I mean,
I don't know if
people seem to be
I don't know if
going
new
after
cards are
these.
like, because like you can't play. With graded cards, you can't play with them in your commander deck. So it's like I don't even know what their purpose is, to be honest.
Looking at this, that's the purpose. Like this grindstone,
It's cool
like
looking.
having that in a slab to put on a shelf so other people can see it, whether it be in a shop or when they come over. Like, I think that's the point. It's like a full bottle of Hennessy 13 or something. You know, it's just to show off to people.
Oh, he wasn't talking about specifically Thoughtseize. He was just talking about just cards in general. I mean, I guess the breaking news Thoughtseize is $61. So like,
Right. And then you grade it and it puts it to like a 3 times, multiplier.
are people
I mean,
grading these though?
dude, you can put anything in for grading.
No, I know, but are they doing it?
If not, that's even like more enticing because people aren't doing it.
Here we go. Let's look. Graded Thoughtseizes is. We've got $700. Actually, let's not look at Fairy Tale Land. Let's look at what's actually selling. Sold completed. So $300 for a Lorwyn PSA 10. So that makes sense to get that graded. I think the original foils. I think you only, in my opinion, you only grade old Magic cards. I don't think you grade new ones. I don't know personally, unless it's like a promo where there's only a limited number available. That's my opinion.
You're saying don't send in my textured foil Kozilek, only send in the Star Wars promos.
Well, that's still a very rare. I think that's still fine.
Well, I mean we can take this conversation down a grading rarity lane. That would be an interesting
Great Distortion. Which one is it?
Shit, I'd have to pull it out. I could tell you what. That one. Where the third one down, where it's got like a bunch of fucking spikes coming out of it. Yeah, that dumb looking shit.
They're all the Butcher of Truth, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Now let's see here. So they're selling normally for 80, 120, 60, 75. So we'll say an average of. Ooh, that guy was only $49. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe they're going up. 70. I don't know. Let's see here. What about a graded? Boom.
One of my subscribers, so from Mr. DJ Longhair, says one of my subs does only commons and uncommons, but only 9s and 10s are worth anything. Even then, sending in, you'd have to be part of the buyers club, and it's kind of worth it. There is a market, and I think honestly, Matt, as someone who does sell a lot, I do probably at least 2 cards per week, pretty readily.
Oh, it's not foil. Oh, it's not textured foil. This is just a normal Kozilek. Why do you get the normal one graded? There is no graded sold Kozilek Butchers of Truth. There's 0.
I'm sending it in. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it in because I'm sending in a couple of them, so might as well.
Are there any available? Texture foil, $128, $100 here. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it
graded Mickey Mouse Gen Con.
Oh, we haven't done that check in a while.
Yeah. Shout out to Bob. Miss that guy.
No, not 2023, 2024, 2023. It's not looking great.
Dude, I sold mine for like $350. The 10 I had. Holy shit.
A 150 best offer accepted, 111, 124, 200. Yeah, but I feel like in like a couple of years they're gonna go back up. I think either that unless the game dies, it's possible.
But okay,
if this card's ever good, I don't know if it's good, but if this card's ever good,
it's not actually like playable type good. And if
that's the problem. If they ever make it playable, if they give some kind of like synergy to it, then it goes up in value.
Yeah, right. Promo cards get plus 500 strength. Fucking no. One of the things to me though, like you were just saying, is okay. Let's say 5 years from now.
Oh, 69. I thought that said 699. So I
If
thought a
5 years
PSA or I
from
thought an
now,
SCG-7 sold for $700, but no, it's only 70
like,
bucks.
I can't imagine
What
10 years
happened?
from now. Lorcana does great year after year, continues putting out bangers that are incredibly nostalgic. Great. I still don't think that if I held onto the card, that the money I got from that, I needed it at the time. I wanted it. I put it towards other good uses. And that investment unlocked other things that would not have been available if I didn't get $350 for a single graded card.
I'm
Whereas
so
now, like,
confused. Why did this get a 7? It says it's near mint 7. I see nothing wrong with this card.
hey, hold on. Hey,
Maybe SCG only goes up
oh, whoa,
to.
right there, top left corner, just as the corner comes to the round, just
Is
yeah,
that
right there.
is that just a
Nope,
bad photo or
no, a
is it
little
an
up
actual
left,
nick?
yeah, right there.
I see
That
it, but I don't know if that's an actual nick.
well, what's the grading show for different?
It doesn't.
Let's see, it just says
It's
7. We also
SCG must be shit because
backside.
they don't actually show like.
It doesn't do a breakdown of actual card stats.
I mean, that could be messed up edges, and that would be why. That could also just be a scratch or a crease. I don't
You
know.
also don't see if there's like any dings or anything
These are
because
really
it doesn't
bad
have
picture.
alternate angles.
That's probably why I only sold for $70. One bid. Nobody
Right. And
wanted it.
I've seen Rudy just take cutters and break stuff out of slabs a number of times.
Yeah, okay. You know what? That actually might have just been like this looks much cleaner. It might have just been messed up edges. Like some guy yeah, this looks like much cleaner. This is a PSA 10. These are what mine look like. Mine, I don't see anything wrong with mine, but I took care of them, so I don't know. Yeah, I should have sold mine in the beginning. I waited, but now I gotta wait. 6 years for them to go up in value again.
Yeah,
Oh well.
I feel as though I've been pretty good as far as like timing that sales. But like the buying side of it, sometimes I just get too into it. Yeah, these things go to 50, 60 bucks a piece. They're on TCG Player too. Yeah, right there.
Well, this
That's
is
cheap,
$60 for
but
both.
also from Germany.
What's wrong with German cards?
It just comes off as fake as shit. Do
71,
you think that that
46.
person flew from Germany to Indianapolis to do this?
Well, I don't know if those promos were just at Gen Con.
It was a single event exclusive.
Was it? I don't
Yeah,
remember if
that
it says
it's
anything,
literally
if it says
stamped
Gen
on
Con
the
on it.
card right there. Event exclusive.
Well, it says event exclusive. There could have been
Yeah,
multiple events being hosted.
it was only that event that did those.
Like it doesn't
Yo, shout
specifically
out
say
to
Gen Con
Hillbilly.
on it.
Yeah,
Like
so
the
I'm
Mickey Mouse
sending him
promos
6
say
of
Gen
these.
Con. This doesn't say Gen Con.
No, none of them actually say Gen Con, but it was the
Die
only one
English
that did
gesprochen,
things.
Karten worden von Star Wars Hagen stellt und sind perfekt für Samuel.
Translate this page.
It's probably. Oh, actually, it's all in German.
Ja, sprechen Sie Deutsch, Mensch? Nein,
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
nein.
Neint. Oh, this one says judge on it. That's kind of cool.
Oh shit, that's not bad. That might be something rare, and they're foiled.
Interesting. They look kind of cool foil. Like the outline, like the little I don't know what they call it. The
Filigree.
circuitry kind of looking outline looks kind of cool. Yeah, ours weren't foil. So the judges of the event got foil ones. That's kind of cool. That might actually be worth looking into getting
Yeah, I
those.
should
Those
have
are
beat
way
up
more
some of
rare.
those nerds.
Those turbo nerds. How is Star Wars doing? Is it doing any good?
Honestly, that shit is up. Yeah, there. Yeah, it's surprisingly expensive right now. Like those hyperspace foils go for a big premium. And then on
And you
top
get
of
them
that, the
in, is it
box right now is
250 for a
$250.
box? Holy.
Yeah. Like there is a huge market for this right now. It's seeing a lot of up and downs, but right now
92
it's
at
certainly
release. 100%, 110% gain. Damn.
yeah. I don't think right
Interesting.
now is the time to buy into it, specifically because it says the word unlimited right in the fucking name.
Well, I don't know what their reprint policy is going to be.
They want to print this to demand from everything they said previously, is they want this to be incredibly
Who makes this
available to
game?
customers.
Who's the maker of this game? Why is there
I want to
no
say
like?
Fantasy Flight.
Oh yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
the one?
I see the Fantasy Flight symbols down there. Spark of the Rebellion booster display. TCG reprint policy. Is that just readily available?
Oh.
Spark of the Rebellion reprint officially coming before the end of the year, I'm guessing? Before the holidays. 3 weeks ago. What holidays?
Yeah, DJ, pick up a cheap jeweler's loop, $10 off of Amazon or whatever. I use it for some of my gardening, got to see if things are just ripe enough, but works great for the green dot test and also really checking in on the quality and condition of cards.
What holiday? I'm so confused. Holidays aren't until like
Bro, there's
when I hear
holidays all
holiday,
the time. We
I hear
live in
Christmas.
America. Everything's a holiday. Everything's a fucking holiday, Matt. If you type up like right now, okay, hold on. Control T. What holiday is today? I will get an answer. What is today is National Memo Day.
I understand that
Also,
there are holidays.
today is National Eat
but
What
that isn't,
You Want
but
Day.
nobody ever refers to those holidays as the holidays. When you say it's going to be for the holidays, you're thinking like Christmas. That's what I think. I think
say
Christmas.
that today is National Archery Day. How dare you? Today is National Celebrate Your Birth Mother Day. Matt, I take almost a personal offense to this.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I'm absolutely fucking trolling you. This is dumb. There are like 4 holidays per year. Get your shit together. If I didn't have them for free, worked off holidays, I'd be more angry. But I just reserve that because they pay me not to go to work on these bullshit days.
Look at this.
Columbus.
Unlimited Publisher says stock problems due to unprecedented success will be solved in waves.
Okay, so reprint waves. Beautiful. I like that.
I like these cards. That. Yeah, but when? Fantasy Flight Games, like Ravensburgers before them, are first learning how to handle an instantly popular TCG, flooding hobby stores with cards.
Oh, the Star Wars holiday, May the 4th. Dude, why did they not do that? Legit, on May the 4th, be like, hey, we're printing more stuff because we know you want to play it so much. Here's more. Right, Johnny?
It might be a holiday. I mean, you could celebrate it if you want.
Like it, dude, it's Star Wars. May the 4th is like a whole thing. Yeah, man, they should have leaned hard into it. Huge miss.
You know what card game I actually had fun playing? Alpha Clash.
Hold on. It's the one with the superheroes where they smash. Alpha Clash.
Year of the Dragon. Oh,
$70 for a Kickstarter box. Oh shit, son.
I have a couple of the normal Awakening boxes for $50.
I was gonna say, yeah, OG at 50.
I don't remember how much I paid for them. I have a couple of, I don't even know how to like look them. I have these. Wait, are these really 120? Wow.
Team Covenant promo.
Yeah, you only got these from if you pre-ordered from Team Covenant.
Did you?
Yeah, I have 4 of these.
Matt, sell it. What's the chart look like? Sell it.
Well, I mean, it's newly added, so like, I mean, people are kind of buying them. One sold for 145, and then the other one sold for 50. So like,
there's only 3 listings. Okay.
2 sales. 3 listings. 120, 145, 450.
Put them all up for 99. Yeah, it is. Matt's like, holy shit, I will be right back. This stream brought to you by Monetary Gain. Market downturn or just market. That's right, boys and girls. If you stay tuned long enough, you might find some of this interesting information for yourself. But if you don't, then you won't. So make sure to like and subscribe the video. If you want some of your idiot friends to get a little bit smarter, hit the share. Maybe it'll help them there.
Yeah, look.
But yeah, there it is.
Look, see, I got 3 of them.
Trace piece. I mean, that right there, $300.
I mean, if they're selling for 120, that's 360, almost 400. I mean, depending on what they go for, they're all in near mint. Because you know what's funny? I bought these specifically because I was like, if this game ever takes off, and they come in these like weird, like I don't know, these baggies. But yeah, I was like, I think the game is a good game. I'm tempted to sell them. That's a pretty damn good price. I definitely wouldn't sell them for $50.
I don't know, 1 or 2, but not all 3. That would be my suggestion. You know,
they're very rare. They're only, and also Torque is a good card. They're very rare because they're only from Team Covenant. Because Team Covenant, if you're not familiar with them, I would highly recommend going to their YouTube channel, checking them out.
Oh,
They
Matt,
are 2 dudes,
Matt,
that they
send
just
that shit in, get it graded.
They just play cards and they revisit tons of different card games. They've played Wyvern. They've played. I don't know if they've played Lorcana yet. They don't play Magic because I guess they have something bad. They have like something against Magic, kind of. Like,
I think there's bad blood there from what I've experienced.
Yeah, they have a little bit of bad blood versus Magic. They're kind of just like Magic's like played to death. They'd rather just play games that are not popular, to try to like bring them to light. They're more about like. I learned a lot of good games from them. Ashes, Phoenix Reborn, another fantastic game. It's a living card game, not a TCG.
Hold on, do me a solid. Look that shit up on eBay graded.
This looks great.
That kind of does.
Death Chaos Bringer, iconic art, Year of the Dragon. That looks fantastic.
I mean, for 25, I think it would probably be worth it for you to send that shit in a PSA.
What's the 01? Draft box 01. What does that mean? This draft box combines select cards from the Awakening and Clash Grounds into a curated draft format for players of all experience levels. Year of the Dragon features 197 unique cards, including 20 exclusive alternate art cards. I don't like that price chart, but anyways, Year of the Dragon, blah, blah, blah. Contender cards for players and collectors defined. Each draft contains 32 boosters, 8 times of each contender from the Awakening Clash Ground commanders, 10 contenders from the Clash Ground, and 32 box Clash buffs.
What's the move though? That's 80 cents.
It's not a lot. It's 2%. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't look good if you just don't look at the actual numbers.
Right, but you and I both know how to manipulate that. So realistically, that's very stable. That's ridiculously fucking stable. Like, really, that's insanely stable.
What's up, Mrs. Hillbilly? Yeah, I wanted to open an Alpha Star, but I did not. I'm a little disappointed that these Awakening boosters are not really doing. I think,
you know,
I'm trying to
since
remember how
Bob's not here, I think I can co-authorize that purchase, Matt.
For what?
We only need 2 out of 3 votes, right? I co-authorize this purchase.
For what? The box?
Just make a video and it's a write-off.
Oh, so
also,
this is the actual contender.
We need to make an LLC or some shit.
So this is the actual contender. I actually did not. I don't know what this is. So it's 30 hit points. When Death Clash. Wait, hold on. It starts off with its thing. Is that normal? I actually haven't played this game in a little while. Is that normal? Do they always start off with an ability, or do you have to? Is it normally where you have to like go below a certain hit points? Why are there no contenders?
Check the dude at the top.
None of them had their thing. This is what I want to see.
There was one that did.
Okay, so that maybe the contenders just always have one ability that you can activate. Is there a way to like look at contenders? There we go, contender. Ooh, this looks good. These alternate art cards are killer. That looks sweet.
That honestly does. That looks like Barry Allen the Flash going through an alter
He is
dimension.
he's basically the Flash. His name is Mean Streak, but he's the Flash.
Streak. I get it.
Yeah, he's
And
the
even
Flash.
that
Here we
kid,
go.
Haven, like
Okay, so they
that
always just
looks
start off
dope.
with
That's
a 30.
Blue Beetle right there. This is a very
All right, so when a
okay.
death clash card you
Not a
control
fan.
is defeated or sent to oblivion, you may engage this card. If you do, draw one card. Then, up to one target clash you get a card you control gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Very interesting. Once per turn during your primary phase, you may put target black clash card with an initial resource cost of 2 or less from oblivion into play. Interesting. Sounds like an animator, kind of.
I'm saying Buddha this in grayscale. I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, this looks significantly
Okay,
better.
so right here, the reason it jumps out more to me is their tasteful use of the color scheme in this. Not just the blue and the red for the ice and fire, but the gold on the symbol at the bottom. Alpha Clash. The little bit of icing on that lady's blade, beautiful. Like that type of touch really jumps out for me. And I think that's why it's reaching that 185, 175 mark, is because it is really good looking.
I'm wondering if their monochrome is like they're like cold foiling.
And that kid, I gotta say, I love the way that kid looks with just like the jump out colors on their clothes.
It like pops.
Yeah.
The bright colors of the clothes pop. Well,
Good
I feel like so.
use
Here's
of
the thing.
contrast.
I feel like these cards, I have to imagine are they foil? If they're foiled, they might look sick. Like if they're like cold foiled, I just don't. It just doesn't say they are, so it might just be black and white, which I'm like, yeah, man. Oh no, they're foil, near mid foil. Yeah, they're only foil. Okay, so these might look sick.
I mean,
if they're
for
cold
$10,
foiled,
I
like,
almost want to see one.
Got too many tabs open. Close all that. All right. The one thing that I don't like about Torque is his like weird jumpsuit thing. I'm not really I think Torque is like a cool deck. It's like a very powerful deck, but this just looks dumb to me. I don't know. Not a fan. It doesn't look
It
cool.
looks like
it just
Duke
looks stupid.
Nukem went to space.
Yeah, because he's like he's like some kind of he's like in jail or something. He's like escaping from jail. Maybe I get it, but like at the same time, it just doesn't look cool.
You can have a character that you love to hate. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
This looks pretty cool. Very.
So I've been playing a
God
lot of
War-esque.
Hades lately, and this just screams like Athenic god. Look at that spear is like mohawk with the gold trim. I mean, the use of dark color and red as contrasting elements. I love the way that his spear bleeds color to the left and not to the right. I mean, this is a very well-made art card. And that, to me, has always been a huge seller with not just Magic, but other trading cards. And this, I mean, looks phenomenal. Do you know how it plays out? Is this a strong card, Matt?
I mean, I see draw a card, which is pretty dang good.
Never hurts.
So basically the way this works, from what I think clash cards are each of the clash cards of the basically the attackers, your creatures. And it says clash cards you get or you control get trigger attack. If there's a second attack you have declared this turn, draw a card. So every second attack you draw a card once per turn. That seems fairly strong.
Aggressive. And
I
mean,
it's very draw. Like I don't know. It's very. It seems.
I was just gonna say it looks like Ares, God of War, and it says War right there. So this feels like an aggressive deck. So
his name is just War.
Yeah, War Legion Commander.
What is this guy? This guy looks fun.
What are you doing?
Very
like the Joker in a suit.
Prince of Plagues. He only has 20 hit points. Wow.
This guy just screams happy birthday. Pestilence. That is not a happy birthday.
He's also got a draw card. He's got a defense and no attack. That's very strange. So
Oh,
he
new defender, hey?
no. So the way this works, so normally the clash cards, normally the contenders have one attack. We'll go back to any other one. I don't know of any. So the way this works, we'll go to mean streak here. So the way this works is your hero can attack. You tap it like you normally would. You can engage your hero to do something, or you can attack to do something. It depends on what you're doing. Some heroes have the ability, or some contenders have the ability to tap, which is called engaging. So attacking, you can attack for one, but it has no defense. So if I attack, so if you attack somebody's contender and they both have an attack of one with a defense of 0, they both take 1 damage. If you have a defensive 0, or if you have a defensive 1, which I've never seen a card that had a defense, and an attack of 0 means you can't attack, but every time you get attacked, if it has more than 1 defense, or more than 1 attack, less than 1 attack, or attack 1 or less, it just does no damage. Now, I don't remember if blocking is tap. You might have to engage to block, but then
So,
I'm
Matt,
pretty
we
sure you have
have
to engage to block.
a viewer comment that says, "What game is that?" Could you give us
Oh,
a
this
little
is
bit of an overview on this?
well, it's been a little while since I've played it, so it's a kind of hard to. I can tell you what I know of it. So Alpha Clash, this is one of the new games that I've been following. It's a fairly lowly. I don't know how
We got
popular it
to
is. Maybe it's getting more
experience this in
popular.
person when we got to play
I played it.
together. So I got to see some of these cards in action as well.
Did you? I don't think. No, I don't think we played this game. I don't think this was at Gen Con.
I definitely saw some of these when we were in Indianapolis.
Because I've played it via, I've played it on the stream, I think once, and I've
I think
opened
you
it.
had the decks in person. I want to say I really feel as though I saw these.
Oh, you are right. I brought them to show you when we played when we were at the hotel.
Yeah,
Or
and
maybe I just showed you. I don't know if we
spoiler
played.
alert, 100% spoiler alert, skip ahead in the video. The game plays better than Lorcana.
Yeah, 100%. Ooh, what is this? This looks like Ark. Anyways, to explain, so this is to my knowledge, right now it's a 2-player, so 1 versus 1 style game where you head to head, you fight, and you have your contenders like Commander, where they have like their special abilities. So like for like this guy, your abilities are unlocked by how low your hit points are. So you get one ability from the start, and that kind of like dictates how you build your deck. So it's like very Commander-esque. But then as you get lower hit points, you get unlocked abilities, and those unlocked abilities typically kind of like bring you back if you're getting your ass kicked. Sometimes you have ways to like come back. So it's a very like teeter-tottery style game where you're like fighting for supremacy. The games are fairly quick. They only last like I think that this is closer to Flesh and Blood than it is to Magic. Um, it's very much like head to head. One of the cool things is you have these things called clash. What do they call it? Clash grounds, I think. Let me go to like
Battlegrounds?
Clash buff.
Clash Grounds or Battlegrounds? I want to
Clash
say.
grounds, yeah. So it's here. A clash. Or what is this? A clash ground? That just says
Yeah,
clash
Clash
grounds. So clash
Grounds.
grounds must. Well, it says that's the set.
Oh.
So basically, it's like an enchantment, the global
Keep
enchantment that
scrolling down on the
everybody
left,
gets,
see if it's in the
depending
card
on the
type or
wording.
something.
I'm trying to see if I can find one that I'm fairly certain is called Clash Grounds, but that might also just be the name of the set too.
But there's like is similar to how Magic the Gathering was recently going into this mechanic space, is like a place in your theater of imagination for these different entities to come together and to battle each other. So one of the cards you can play influences the battlefield, as it
I
were.
really like her aesthetics.
Yeah,
The wings, the armor, just 2 weapons ready. She just looks like a badass.
I'm a fan of the ribcage breastplate being larger than her actual body. It seems as like it really
She's just
is
floating.
bone armor. Death, the end
But
bringer.
anyway, so yeah, it's I think it can be played with multiplayer, but I'm not 100% sure. Alpha Clash multi Can't type multiplayer. Not multi-purpose, multiplayer. Yeah, this is the actual website. Oh, it's another thing that it is there's a comic book. If you're into comics, there's a comic book and I think not an anime, but a lore book that's like based on the world as well. Yeah, the novel. There's like a novel. Like a very this was one of the Kickstarter games. It's like not cartoon, comic book style for like superhero comic book. Like this kind of whatever. I don't know what this. Let's clarify. Whatever this art style is, the comic book art style, I guess.
I want to say,
Like,
yeah,
bam.
comic.
It's like bam, wow, boom.
Manga, not quite anime style, but
I wonder if these promo things from the Kickstarter are doing well. I bet you they have to be. I wish I would have gotten into it on the Kickstarter, but my way of getting into it was the Covenant.
I think grading those would probably be a great outlet for you.
The Covenant? Is it just Team Covenant? I think it's Team Covenant. Yeah, Team Covenant. So they're content creators as well. Their website seems like it doesn't scale very well. I got to go like 200%. But one of the cool things about it is they have these things called subscriptions. So
a
you just sign up.
This is new.
Yeah, so you sign up, and basically the way it works is like a lot of times they'll have like promo cards, and you don't get charged until 2 to 5 weeks before release. So you like basically like say like add subscription to cart, and like you get a promo card plus typically the cheapest price you could get them at. Most of the time, I found they're cheapest, but it depends on the situation. But either way, they'll charge your card, and then they'll just ship it out as like a subscription base. Because like think of like a subscription. Like every time there's a release, you'll just get charged if you want that to happen. You can also just buy it, and then once it ships, cancel it, so you don't get like recharged if you want just like the promo cards or whatever. I did think about doing that, having an entire deck graded and play with a graded set, but it would be way too big. It would be terrible. It's a horrible idea. I do not recommend. But I've learned Ashes Reborn from them. I've learned Flesh and Blood from them. I've looked into sorcery from them. Didn't like sorcery. I've watched the Arkham horror game, card game. I've watched them play a little bit of Keyforge, but not a ton.
A little bit of a thing here. I don't know if you've ever seen this, Matt. So that's James White right there, the creator of Flesh and Blood. And that is an entire deck of graded cards.
Yeah, that seems horrible. Is that a Flesh and Blood deck, or is that a Commander deck?
Are we halving his life? Yeah, I'm starting at 20. It's going to be selling at 20. Otherwise, Ibaka doesn't know any of the serialized cards what they are.
I wish SteamYard had the ability to send like sound through it. I don't understand why it can't do that.
DJ was talking to me about that. He said that there was a way to share audio as well, but I just have not been able to click that to make it work.
Yeah, I could never find it when I was sharing.
Oh, and like it's a YouTube rabbit hole. Holy shit. Talk about mirroring. Sorry, guys.
See, like when I go to share the screen, like I don't have any option to like share audio. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, Clash is a super fun game. I want to if it wasn't 1 versus 1, I would like really get more into it. Is there like that's what I was trying to do is seeing if there's any
DJ, the only reason you could hear that is because I have
through his microphone.
Pretty good studio mic, and I use it in Optic 8, so it carries the backside of it.
Oh, there is a multiplayer variety. In a multiplayer game, a player's opponents are the other players.
Oh, Well, that's a very simple line of text.
Yeah, this is easy rules. That's a good rule to know.
It's
Super
easy. They're all opponents.
Yeah, everybody that aren't you is an opponent. I like it. Yeah, I thought I remember there being a multiplayer variant. Anyways,
Variety, variant,
yeah, variant.
variation.
Once per turn during your primary phase, you may discard
Venetian.
one or more cards from your hand. If you do, target clash gets -X till end turn, where X is equal to the number of cards discarded +1. See, that's so the way Alpha Clash works is the creature's power and toughnesses are typically anywhere between 0 and 5.
There's definitely a way I can do that.
I don't know if you could draw enough cards to like consistently, because if you discard 1, you can kill anything 1 or 2 or 0. Well, you wouldn't have a 0 toughness. So maybe I don't know. Maybe this is a powerful card. It's unclear. I know Mean Streak is powerful. He seems pretty strong. I would like to make.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think right now, I'm gonna say it again. I think Untapped Market right now is graded cards. They sell at an incredible premium, almost always notably higher than the price to get into the cards. So like at least one of those promos, I would love to see you send out and get graded and see what that would go in compare to the non-graded version of it. I think the premium would really sell you on it. That looks like it came from Legion's Realms at War, and it's their best card.
It doesn't look great. It kind of looks like a football player, but
yeah, no, legitimately, Matt, and I love you said that. That I just said it looked like the best card from that game, and you said it doesn't look great.
But I pulled this one up mainly just to show like the attack and defense. This is a Clash card. This is a like we'll say a creature basically. So it's a 4 mana 4/4 or 4. What do they call it? It's not called mana. It's called like I think it might just be resource. Maybe it's
Energy,
I don't know. Maybe it's
stamina,
whatever this
power.
resource is. Top right. That's how much it costs. And you have to play, and it has a red symbol in it. So it means you have to pay at least one of it in red. If I remember correctly, that's how that works. You have to have at least one of the colors because you can play multicolored. Maybe you can't. Maybe it is only single color. Because when you pick your clash, your clash is, or wait, I'm sorry. When you pick your contender shows what you can use in the deck. I think. Man, it's been too long since I played this game. I don't forgot everything. But either way, unrivaled, I think means that it can't be dealt damage when it's attacking or something like that. When it enters, deal 3 damage to target contender or clash card. That's a very strong ability. And when it attacks, defending player may send the clash card they control to oblivion. If they don't, deal 2 damage to the player's contender. Wow. This is a very strong card. Too bad he looks very dumb. Okay, but is this the same guy? Is this what? It is the same guy. So it just looks like so much.
That,
so that
just
must
looks
like,
way fucking better.
It looks
Jesus
so cool.
Christ.
This
It's
army
like
dude's about to get his ass
second.
caved in with a spear. Yeah. My problem is the pricing. It costs like $30 per card to get it graded, doesn't it? It's like some stupid price.
Yeah, it's about 25, give or take, if you're like part of their program or whatever, which you'd have to send in a bunch of cards throughout the year for it to be worth it. Otherwise it's like 25 bucks, something like that.
My
PSA,
question is are people grading it on eBay? And also, yeah, this is the problem that I kept having before. eBay has like no listings for TCG or for this TCG.
Well,
like
take away
it's,
Team Covenant promo. Yeah,
but it's gonna. But that this is this one's Team Covenant exclusive.
Right, then you just have to like look at the card.
So it's doubling 475.
Yeah. So what's Gem Mint though? What's the numbers on that?
That was a 10. There's no sold listings for a Gem Mint 10. So he's trying to get for a 10 Gem Mint 10, which I mean I don't know.
0 bid.
I always think if it has no damage on it, it's a perfect card to me. I'm not entirely sure what they look at, but like I've never even like looked at these cards. I've held them. This is the second time I've held them.
That's good. So
So as
what
far
that
as like
means
damage
is
is
send them in,
concerned,
get 10s, and put them up for 400. Undercut that guy by $75. Get your fucking sale. Pat yourself on the back, and then go buy some nice like KFC.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong at all with any of these. They're
God,
perfect.
I could
So
murder a bucket of chicken
Mint
right
10.
now. Shout out to Bucket of Chicken. Give me a chicken in the chat, would you guys?
Dude, right now, any food
Dude.
sounds good because I haven't eaten yet.
Oh.
Besides like a power bar, but
I
like
could take like
pizza,
6 herbs and spices. Fuck the whole deal, right? I'll pay you half for half the amount of herbs and spices.
this card's still. Well, never mind.
Speaking
It's
of
warped.
which, I got some fancy chicken I made up for
What
dinner.
a weird way this is.
late
I've never
to
seen a card
eat.
warped this way. This is impressive. Have you ever seen a card that's warped vertically? What would this be? This way. It's
Diagonally from the north?
crinkled diagonally from corner to corner. Like I can't even like. Yeah, can
Huh.
you see it? Like,
Oh yeah. Oh,
it's like. Come on, there we go. I haven't. It's warped like one corner. It like diagonally, each corner is like swooped. You can kind of see it from there. It's like dished. I've never seen a card dished.
Oh,
like
don't
that.
worry, DJ. I'm gonna send you out a pair of graded cards. We've been talking about a bit lately. I got some of these Star Wars promos, and I wanted to treat the guy. You know, we've been friends for a while, and we chat quite a bit off screen. So I want to send something out to a buddy of mine. So, like I said, I'm getting into the graded card thing a little bit more here and there. I see the premium on it, so I think that would be a good place for me to dabble a little bit, and it would reduce the amount that I have to go to the post office, the amount of times I have to send things out.
Orc is very powerful, by the way. It's a very good card. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this secondary set. I did not expect this Team Covenant promo card to be so.
I mean, legit. If One Piece looked like that, I'd get it, but it doesn't.
It looks
so I
so
don't.
stupid.
It's super dumb.
I can't watch the anime. It looks so stupid. He's a big stretch boy. I hate it. It's so bad.
I want to be a pirate, baby.
Speaking of anime, I have two. Not that one.
Whoa. Whoa, we said anime, not hentai. Sorry, beep beep. We don't monetize these videos. What are you doing, Matt? Stop.
They're just laying. I can't. Why does it? Whatever. They're just laying there. It's not hentai. They're all just laying next to each other. But this one here, this is a new one, and I like. How do I? Someone in another world with a level 2 super cheap power. These like animes were like it's like solo level up. Solo level up was another one. That's actually another one.
Solo leveling. I'm glad you checked that out. Honestly,
yeah, this one's really good.
Fucking good. If you haven't, so I'm not sure what site you watch it on or anything, but I'll give you my Crunchyroll stuff off stream here, and it is definitely worth watching this stuff in 1080. I'm surprised the difference it makes not watching things on mirror sites.
This is like perfect. This is perfect quality.
Yeah, you say perfect quality, and then you watch something from like a legit
quality. Look at. There's nothing. This is
no. It's not
quality.
that it isn't really good. It's just that this is a reduced frame rate, so it does not look as good as you could get from like their direct sources.
I don't know. I use Anywave. I ain't gonna pay for nothing.
Nah, I don't give a shit. $15 a month for what I make and what I do. I enjoy it well more.
This right here. This is another one. This is basically like solo leveling. Where like it is different though. This isn't like a normal guy that gets teleported into a world. This is a different kind of thing. So like the main character is in a world with demons and stuff.
Hold on a sec, Matt. Yo, DJ, this is the stuff we're talking about. You know, we'd love to do some of this kind of stuff. If you ever want to talk about anime or movies, we're looking at breaching over. So, you know, Matt, sorry to interrupt you. What is one of the things that really jumps out about this series to you?
That's what I was explaining. So, like other, like I think it's called isekai, where like a normal person, quote unquote, gets like dragged into a video game and they're like, "Oh my god, what's going on? I'm overpowered." This is different in that the character isn't a real life person. He's just from another world. And this council of mages, they have like this ritual that they summon people from other worlds when they're in danger. And the summoning is supposed to bring people with power. But this guy, as he gets summoned in, they use this like orb to gauge his power, and he's like level 1. And they're just like, why are you here? And then like they send him off, and this is like only the very first episode, so you're not like missing out on anything. But they send him off into like into the north, and basically the north is this place that's like surrounded by demons, and they're basically sending him off to his death because he's useless. They're like like the Spartan kicking him off the hill because he has no power. So so he goes there and he's level 1. And then some slimes come to attack him, and then he goes to level 2, and he's like, "Oh, what's this?" So he starts he sees what he gets. Well, then he learns something called purification, where he like solo nukes the entire forest of all the evil forces there, and then he levels up to 364 in like the very first like instance of his combat.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, he's like, I can teleport now. He's like, that must be pleb magic. So he was just like, he teleports and he starts like doing a bunch of stuff in town, and people are like, how the fuck are you doing that? Nobody, like the strongest mage in the world can't do that. And he's like, what? He's like, he assumed that he was super weak in this world because of what he could do. And then he finds out that he's like Ain's power level. Like he can just do whatever the hell he wants.
I fucking love it, Matt, my man. So
I got so pissed off at that. I watched Overlord. Can I is this on? Yeah, Overlord. So I've watched all of Overlord. I've watched it all. And I got to the end of season 4, and I'm like, what do you mean? What happened? It aired in 2022, and there's 2 years later and it still ain't out? What the fuck?
So it's all based on light novels. So if you ever want like a really easy read, there's like another season or so that's based on, not come out yet, that's all based on novella pretty much. But yeah, I absolutely loved Overlord, and like you said, very consumable. It's light, it's easy to get into, and it has just like a fun way about it where you feel strong the whole time just watching it. Yeah, very gamey.
Yeah. Solo leveling is good. Overlord's good. And then I started watching Chilling in Another World. It sucks because this is like a new one, I guess.
Yeah, it's
so like there's only 5 episodes out. So I kind of I breezed through all of it, and then I was like, well, that sucks.
Check out Shangri-La Frontier. I think you'll get a kick out of that.
Second Frontier. I don't know how to spell Shangri-La.
It's got like a dude with a bird head, no shirt, and 2 big knives.
There's only one episode out.
It's already like 13 episodes, so it's a whole series. Season 1.
That was like some kind of bonus. Here we go. There's 25 episodes.
Story synopsis, main character, it's people that live in Japan, and they put on headsets to like play video games. And this guy loves playing shitty, terrible video games. Like,
why is he in a
the
Speedo?
worst. No. He goes through this whole, like this opening scene. It's like he gets to the very end of a video game as this character class, right? He's seeing this end, the final culmination of all of his hard work through this terrible role-playing game, just because coming up right here in this little section, there's like 3 seconds. No, don't skip. There's like 3 seconds where he's able to just beat the shit out of the main character right here. So he just turns around, unlocks an ability, and just starts smashing the crap out of Zelda.
This is supposed to be Zelda?
Pretty much. And he just turns around, luchador mask, foot to the face, because he spent so many hours hating her. And that's his thing. Like, as a main character, he loved playing bad video games. And he decides, I will play the best video game that has ever come out. And I'm going to see how that is. So this is the main character that has played every bad video game ever and beaten them, and then loads up the best virtual reality game ever and goes in and sees how he can fare.
VR equals or virtual reality. I don't like the combat style already. Like I don't like the face like all being warped and shit.
No. That's not how, like, that's in that game. Every game he plays, because you'll see him play like 5 or 6 different games. Each one has its own style and aesthetic. So when he's playing Shangri-La Frontier, it looks like this.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like Birdman. I don't know.
I think
might
you'll
be a
dig
hard
it.
pass for me.
No. Watch at least one episode and then reevaluate it.
That's kind of what I've been doing. What I was doing is like there's like the top rated anime list here.
Yeah.
I was actually based on my filters. Well, I have no filters in, but yeah, I've been checking out different stuff.
Okay. Have you seen Jujutsu Kaisen?
I've heard of it.
Okay, watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It's really fucking good. And the first season or two, really good. Like, you'll get acclimated to it, but it gets harder as it goes on because he deals with more shit. Absolutely phenomenal series. And their power levels just keep growing. You feel like you're going along with it. So, like,
how many seasons is it on? Season 2?
I want to say 3.
Oh, this one has season 2 on
plus?
it right now.
Again, I'll send you my Crunchyroll stuff. I got that access on. So I would not base the series off of the first 5 or 6. The first 4 episodes are like that acclimation period. But by the end of the first season, if you don't like it, do not continue watching it. If you like how it got more ambitious, more powerful, overblown, then you want to keep seeing it.
I just want to see like a combat.
Just like 5 seconds at a time or something. If you got that jazz on here, just hit right on the arrow pad.
I'm guessing
yeah, so it's like high quality Bones Studio sort of stuff. Oh, your frame rate on this, yeah, it's not bad. This looks good through StreamYard. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that, like I said, there's no reason to have Crunchyroll. This has everything I could possibly want.
Anawave, yeah.
I'm actually surprised it isn't for for pixelating too. Does it pixelate if I go full screen?
No, this looks absolutely phenomenal. Like, we could do an entire series just like this where we talk throughout the whole thing. If there was audio coming through, this would be phenomenal.
Yeah, I've tried.
OBS share screen. If you do OBS and then share audio as well.
I guess we'll test it here while people are just chilling out. If I do, so I can do video file, share screen. Let's see here. If I do anime Kajutsu watching online, that's not going to work. Your browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon in the top to allow access.
You can't see the video. Can you hear it though?
Yeah, why is it black? What happened? Can you not stream with Crunchyroll?
It's blocking from a share site. So I bet I could go into something like this. Yeah. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay. So some sites, I know Amazon Prime has something like that built into it where you're not able to record your screen or share your screen. I see that.
Yeah, no, but I don't. Settings. Audio.
So all I did was in OBS is share audio capture. And
Well,
I
I know,
just
but
did
it's not in
everything.
OBS. We have to do it in Streamlabs. Because like
Yeah,
when
and
I googled it last time, it was like it was something like
well, that would just be putting in another one. So what I did is in OBS, I just added an audio output of the TV I'm listening to. So when you talk, there was probably a mirrored echo.
See, like this is what it shows on this website. This is their actual website. It says share screen, and then it says click the Chrome tab at the top, select your music tab, click share audio. But like, so if how do I? So there's some kind of.
Oh, that's in Firefox, not Chrome.
Yeah, it's
I have
gotta be
no
the same
idea if that
thing.
matters. I'm just saying.
At the top, select your music tab. What's this? That's just some okay. Oh, I done closed it. This is like a pop out. That's block audio. Audio tab. At the top, click your audio. None of this is the audio tab.
Nah, son. I do not want to fuck around with that banana shit.
Click share screen. So this is in. So it's saying when I go to click present, share screen. Yeah, there is no it doesn't exist.
That's not a thing.
Is it only in Chrome? Can you only do it with Chrome? All right, I'm gonna
trying to. I'm gonna do a thing.
I'm gonna rejoin with Chrome, so I'll be back.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Can you guys hear this? Oh fuck. If you can hear this.
Lahat ng yan ay hindi pa dadaig. Samot-saring kung ano-ano, kanya-kanyang padali. Mag-ingat ka baka dyan ka pa madali.
Hear this, Pat? I'm gonna mute my mic. Oh shit, you got that hot Filipino coming at you. Chrome only.
Para dito nag-imbento. Dapat ako ang lamang, tinaguri ang pinakamalayang preso. Sa string gamit ay ganchilyo sa pagtatahi ng kwento. Katotohanan walang kwenta kasi nungalingang may person.
Home only.
Purol ang isip, pupusalan ng salapi para lamang ako ay manahimik na sa pwesto lang sila pero wala sa katayuan.
What are you doing? Why are you streaming rap? What are you doing?
Because it's good.
No, that was dog shit. Anyways,
yeah, well, you don't speak Filipino.
I heard it though. So what'd you do?
You have to use Chrome. And when you click share screen, it's right at the bottom. Okay. Well, new unlocks. Thank you all for joining with us tonight.
But you can only you have to share the specific tab on Chrome.
Yeah.
I see. So if I open this over here,
So you open a new tab, and when you hit at the bottom present and you select the screen, stop right then. And at the bottom, there's a little check mark.
also share tab audio.
That's it right there.
So you're telling me that
Now I hear it fucking right off. Like trains.
yeah, there's
moving
even a
in the
little like
Yeah,
I can like
boom,
mute it.
noise. Yeah, that's it.
It has to be with Chrome.
That's it.
Huh.
Okay, dude. This is huge. I know we
Well,
literally have one
what we've
viewer, and it's
learned.
like us, but this is big.
I mean, it opens up possibilities for stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly does for me with like a lot of the other content creation I do. Like tomorrow, I have another stream. I'm doing like 3 hours of recording tomorrow with a friend for his shit. And now that I know I can do this, like he's literally gonna like jump up and yell out loud. Yeah. Oh, dude, this is big.
Holy
for
shit,
me.
we've been going for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got
I
anything else,
realized
or
like
else?
an hour ago that we were
Yeah,
going
well-
on pretty long. It was like, yeah, well, whatever. We're having a good time, so fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy talking about other TCGs. Then as long as we ain't talking about Lorcana, I'm in a pretty happy spot.
The only time we mention Lorcana is how Alpha Clash has a better gameplay experience than it.
I'll be honest, I think Star Wars has a better gameplay experience than it, but I've never played Lorcana, so that's a little bit of a maybe I'd have the funnest time if I played. I don't know. There's just nothing about the cards that entice me to want to play. I'm not a Disney guy. It is what it is. I don't know.
I like some of the throwbacks, things I grew up to, the points of nostalgia that they've hit on sell for me.
I stopped watching Disney when I was like 9 years old. So like to me, I don't even remember like 90% of my childhood. So like none of it is the only thing I can actually vividly remember is The Lion King. That's really it. Maybe Aladdin and maybe The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. So even as a young adult, my late teens, early 20s, just because of some of the work I had, I was able to watch a lot of movies and media in general at that time. So I got a lot of stuff on DVD because that's how Netflix operated at the time. So I watched a huge backlog of Disney and very early Pixar movies when I was 19, 20. So 2009, give or take. Yeah, about 2009. So I had watched pretty much all of the Disney movies, even growing up. I didn't have cable television or rabbit ear antennas or any of that stuff. So for most of my childhood, it was VHS, and that was it. Yeah, it was either reading books or VHS.
I opened up a tab, and you know how you have like the news, like the whatever the random articles down the bottom. One of the articles is gas stoves, status symbol for the rich, poison for the poor. What the fuck are they talking about? Have you ever thought of somebody? Have you ever looked at somebody's stove and went, "Man, they're so rich for a gas stove"? To me, I think those like in-counter, like infrared
Induction
stoves are like those are the crazy ones. Induction, yeah, those are the rich ones. That's how I feel. Anyways,
it's funny. Where I live, like a really fancy cast iron, like wood stove. That's something people will like laud over here. I've seen stoves that are worth like $1,500, and they're just straight up cast iron wood stoves. Yeah, that's like a whole thing. It's also like prepper culture, though.
but anyways, Alpha Clash, highly recommend looking into it.
Should check it out.
You can buy a box for $50, and then you can draft it if you'd like. You can also just buy What I would recommend is buying the Alpha Clash starter
stuff, right?
decks.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
trying to
pretty cool.
I'm
I
trying
think
to
that's
find
the
them. They're
item you
very
had shown
cheap,
off.
and the decks are
And it
very
has some like
competitive
not
versus each other.
preset cards in it. So even buying the starter deck, I recall that there were some items that were randomized in it. So just that experience alone. Yeah.
Oh, you can do window. Can you do window audio? To share audio, select a tab. Oh, you don't have. No. You actually don't have to use Chrome. It's just you have to. When you go to share, there's Chrome tab, but then there's also window and then entire screen.
Yeah.
And then you share audio, share a tab or screen instead. But you have to have a tab with audio on it. But anyways, that's a cool function to have. It just sucks that you have to use a Chrome tab, to view it.
I can make that work.
These
That's
right
just
here,
a
these
different
Clash
place.
Crown kits, $15. Well, I guess $11 shipping. $21. 20. There's only 2 of them on sale.
$30 shipping and
$30. Yeah, there we go. This is the one that I got. It's got the talent. What is it called? The power. There's so few of these. It's kind of wild.
Just not many of them.
Oh, something state.
Compensate.
I don't remember these names at all. The constate? Magnate. The Magnate. And who's the other one? Magnate and does it actually say the name? I'm remembering them. The Magnate and somebody else. But yeah, for only $30, it's a good deal to get into the game if you have somebody to play with. Yeah, I'm a little surprised like how few stock there is. Like if you bought these 6 boxes, it jumps $15. You could buy these 6 boxes and then resell them. Oh, this is $50 shipping, so they're actually just $60. $15 shipping
Cheaters.
for a box. Bastards.
All right. Well, hey, this has been phenomenal. Anything, Matt, before we close this evening?
I want to get some food.
Darn tune. That does.
Rizlock the Depraved. Very
legit
Dragonborn-esque.
Yeah.
He needs to eat, man. Eat some
Dude,
food.
looking at this makes me want to play D&D. When's our next session? I got to get in this.
I don't know. I'm DMing now, so I wouldn't be able to like make something. Like I don't want to DM 2 games.
Okay.
So whenever that ends.
Okay. Well, what? I know we said just before we go, but Matt, what would it take dollar-wise? $100. Could I become a DM on Roll20 for 3 other of my idiot friends?
What would the $100 be? Any like what do you need $100 for?
No, I'm asking. Like, what's the buy-in? It's not cheap. It's not free. It's easy with money. What's the price it costs for me to buy into a virtual tabletop so I can invite 3 of my friends to come in and I host a live stream or an episode?
I wouldn't use Roll20 because the Foundry is just better.
Okay.
Oh, this is something that I got into recently.
This is the conversation I want to have. Love you, buddy.
So this is $50. You buy a license and there is no monthly fee. You just straight up own it. And I'll actually open up my Foundry. The only difference is you have to host it on your PC, but that's not that hard. It took me very little amount of time to host it. I'm not. Hold on a second. So yeah, this is basically the way it works. You purchase a Foundry license. It's perpetual. You have use of it for whatever all future updates. You never have to purchase anything ever again. So that's for $50. You buy the license one time.
Yeah.
The difference is that I have to change which screen. How do I change the screen? I'll just stop it and restart it, I guess.
And DJ, I like that idea. We've been talking about something similar to this previously. That we do like an after show. It was going to be like a channel members kind of thing. So I definitely love that idea, and we're trying to figure out a way we can incorporate that rather naturally. So thank you, and we'd love to see you there.
So this is the application.
Okay, so you buy in $50, you get the license to like the client itself, and then you buy modules?
You can. There's like featured content. So like if you want to go to if you want to like buy stuff, they're called modules, but not in the same kind of modules you're thinking of. Like, for instance,
Not
you can like
traditional Wizards of the Coast published modules in that same
no,
way.
no, no. They're modules. Like think of modules like an addition, like add-on addition, you're adding features to it. Those are modules. Everything you can add features to are
Okay.
modules.
So
Like if I were to
programming
install a
module.
module, I'd be like,
Yeah. I get you. I understand what you mean.
There are both technically. You can buy modules, but then there are modules to add, like combat enhancement. Like they change how the things are enhanced. Like combat is enhanced. You download and install them. A lot of them are free, but you can buy content. I'm trying to think of like a. So what I'll just do is I'll just open my current world. So this is what we're currently playing. So the cool thing is like this is like the loading screen. This is the login screen that like the players would see, and what they do is they click the drop down and they like click on their name. So for instance, I'll do here. I'll type in my password, and then I log in, and you'll see a very familiar interface. It looks very similar to Roll20. On the top left here, you have your ruler. If you want to do your ruler, you can do like cool things like this, where like you have like to be honest, it's better than Roll20. I'll just say that. It's very much the ability to like have like a landing page where like that's all the stuff you can do on Roll20. You have your standard like character sheet. If you want to look at your character sheet, it can be powered through D&D Beyond. If you like D&D Beyond, you can use that to like import your character in.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that I like the best about it is that, like Roll20, you have to purchase the content for it to show up in the compendium. I think it's this one. Items. It's one of these.
So I did a little bit of DMing, and I've got to say it was a phenomenal yet challenging experience, and I loved doing it. And I wish I had that more, because a lot of the creativity comes from the players. But as the dungeon or game master, I'm able to influence and input my own creativity as an alteration to that experience, but to add some flavor to it. And that really worked well as an outlet of creativity for me. So I was a big fan of, liminal. Oh, God. Oh, Matt. I just thought have you ever heard of The Back Rooms?
I just talked about this with somebody like this a couple days ago. So one of my friends was recommending I play a game that she referenced The Back Rooms. It's like a horror game where you like walk
The
around.
Stanley Parable.
Yeah, I don't like those kind of games. I'm like, I want to play the game. I don't want to just walk around. It sounds so boring.
It's just a weird concept. As a video game player, you've gone to Out of Bounds before, right? Where you like no clip and you're just outside of the regular game boundaries. So The Back Rooms is that concept, but for reality. So like in the real world, a person just isn't able to exist correctly and goes to the back rooms. And it's a different set of reality. And it's just
Can you
like
tell this is AI generated?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's so good though for what it is.
Right. And that doesn't make me think that. So this is like that weird.
This is AI generated.
That I can tell is more not real, mostly based on the background. The foreground, I mean, the base picture itself, of course. But when we go to like.
Look at his nipples. It's like piercing through his shirt for some reason.
Or it's part of the shirt and.
Yeah.
But to the cabin. So there was a recent secret lair that was diorama. And it was just like really close pictures. This looks like it could be that. Like
her hands are pretty. She's missing a finger, but her hands are pretty good for AI generated. Most of the time, their hands look whacked.
there
like
are
this looks
parts of
pretty
this
good.
that look better, and others.
She looks like
that
she got a
look
boob
less.
job. They look fake.
I mean, one looks better than the other. It looks like she got a tit job in Thailand.
And this guy, his staff is like
Mm.
wrapping around his wrist.
Well,
and then
that's
going, like,
off-putting
through
as
his
shit.
hand. Yeah,
He's got 2 stabs. He's got a wand and a staff. That tricked you.
This isn't AI generated. This is actually a real art from 4th edition.
That doesn't look like it wouldn't be AI generated. And just
This was AI generated.
So I got some like weird freaky sites I Facebook from time to time, and there's some like very good AI generated stuff. I mean, Jarlaxle's great, don't get me wrong, but I want to see Caddy Bree doing some naughty.
But yeah, this is just a very I don't know. This is just Roll20, but there's no monthly cost because you're hosting it yourself. So
okay, so use Foundry, don't dick around with Roll20, import from Beyond.
Oh yeah, I meant to actually say that as well. So one of the you can, if you own content on D&D Beyond, you can import it into the Foundry.
I don't, but I could.
Well, if you know anybody that has it, you can also import it. So like I don't exactly know how to do it. It's something it's one of the modules. But basically, if you have anybody's login that owns content on D&D Beyond, you can have it imported into the game, and then you just have it completely, which is what I need to do. I just don't know 100% how to do it.
I mean, realistically, at this point, we could just make like 2 other channels and have one of them be a bi-weekly D&D session.
Well, I mean, we host our game on the channel.
Well, I mean,
every Sunday.
If I were to do another one that was weekly, would that be too much content?
Oh, there we go.
Like, you do yours Sunday, I do mine Tuesday or Wednesday probably.
I don't think there's any such thing as too much content.
Bro, I fucking feel you. And I just wish I was as good as making it as you are. Your shorts kill.
I actually just ran out of shorts. I got to do some shorts today.
So my plan tomorrow is I want to do. So I've got like an entire board, legit, full of ideas, and I just
brainstorming.
Oh, dude, I got like 3 series planned. I just need to actually make them. That's the problem. Is like me sitting down and making the content, but I've got like. I got the jazz. I've been on it lately. I got some personal problems, but I'm in a great place. A lot of the stress I've had has been paying off because past a lot of difficult hurdles as far as work and things in my personal life. So, yeah. I want to get back in. I want to beat the shit out of Manor Lords. Manor Lords.
Yeah. Is there a winning to that game?
I think that there's just like a set your own goal for numbers. So like I want to have 500 people. Like this is a huge population. I want to have a year full of food and water for everybody that lives in my village, and they're all happy. I think you have to set your own goals in something like that. Same thing for Hades. I mean, I've been kicking the shit out of Hades. No joke. I've been doing fresh file runs on Hades. Yeah, like that's the amount of fucking around I'm doing. I'm planning 2 different series. One is just like dick around, talk with the audience the whole time. And the other is how fast can I beat it? Like live stream from beginning to first time you win the game. How fast can I do that? I think 3 hours. I could probably, from a fresh file, run it in 3 hours.
What, like the original Hades?
Yeah. Yeah, I bet less than that. Realistically, I could probably do it in 2 hours if I was just like hopped up on Monster and just like chain smoked the whole time. I'm pretty sure I could do it in 2 hours from 0 to win in 2.
Cool.
And just like that would be a fun like go at something.
I mean, you can even break it into like, 20. You could probably, because that would include multiple runs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so I would break it into each run. Each run is its own video. 3-hour video doesn't. You want it to be a series, I think, so that people can watch like a series by like episode
Do
by
a
episode.
series and make a compilation.
Yeah, make a playlist.
Yep. No, do a series, make one video that's all of them together, and then do a playlist of all of the singles. So check out Neebs, Neebs. This is like a huge forerunner in the content of our video game atmosphere that I think is somebody that we should look at as a group of people who have done it really well, and the way they produce, the way they play as people, having fun, interacting with each other, that make content together, and then the production that they do, looking at like behind the scenes editing, pushing it to other folks. There's going to be a certain level. 20, 30,000 subscribers from now, look back at this video and they'll be like, holy shit, man, we got a lot of foresight coming from them. But 20 or 30,000 subscribers from now, somebody else will edit all of this behind the scenes. We won't click any of the buttons to make us bigger or smaller. Somebody, whether it be AI or another person we pay some chits to, they'll take care of it for us. I mean, I hope that we get to a certain point where we don't handle a lot of those smaller things that make us consumable. I'd like us to be the generators of the value, but not like the choppers of the edit.
Sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I could see you doing a last epoch run, choose a random character, take a post after 1 week, whatever community says is the highest vote, you do a 0 to 70 and see how fast you can do it.
I don't know about last epoch.
PoE 2?
I was real warm on it, and then I got real cold on it real quick. It's just it's one of those games.
Yep.
It's one of those games that like is super fun in the beginning, and then it like dies off very, very, very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And it funny.
Becomes
a
little annoying to play, which is not ideal.
The leveling experience was really quick in the beginning of the game. Once you get about 40, 50 or so, it slows down drastically. And then the end game, getting past 80, is a trial in and of itself. And you're in end game, so I understand that it's a different play experience, but that doesn't really shake itself out well to your play experience. It's not as fun. I know that there's more to do, but it's less exciting to do it.
Yeah, there's not a lot. That my problem is I don't care about the leveling is fine. I can get to level 90 in like a day or two. It's more about the process of getting there isn't as fun as something like Path of Exile, or even honestly, even Diablo 4.
You were gonna say I knew you were.
I think it might be more fun progressing the character to a point. Last Epoch has like more customizability and more options, but it kind of it feels the gameplay feeling feels better in Diablo 4, and because it feels more smooth. When you're playing in the Last Epoch, I always feel like it's like go stop, go stop, go stop. It's very stuttery because like there's no movement skills that aren't on a cooldown. So you're constantly like you're moving fast, you're moving slow, you're moving fast, and it feels very like I don't know. In Path of Exile, the speed of your character is very consistent and it feels fluid and it feels good. In Diablo 4, the same thing. You feel pretty good. There's no it feels super good on the Rogue. The Rogue feels fantastic for moving from pack to pack. And Diablo 4 still has that kind of problem of like it kind of has the same issue of like stop go, but it's less annoying because you have the dodge roll, which helps kind of like fill some of the gap. which I guess Last Epoch's now adding the dodge roll in there in the next expansion, which is kind of funny. Everybody's gonna have a dodge roll. Even PoE 2, they're gonna have a dodge roll too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to Diablo 4. This next patch is supposed to be the savior patch of the game. Like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, wouldn't it be something if you, Bob, and myself all played D4 together?
I don't know if Bob wants to play D4, but maybe. Like he didn't enjoy it when he played when it first came out. But I don't know.
I
if
just
that's,
want
like...
to extend some goodwill.
Sure. The season 4 is definitely the best place to start because their whole, I don't know if you're familiar with what they're doing. They don't there is no like season. Normally they do like kind of like mini expansions, or they call them like, I don't know, releases. They decided to just use this season as just straight up like fixing the game. So they didn't like add anything like crazy new. They're just they're just fixing the problems. They're doing a full reforge of reforge. They're calling it Loot Reborn. So they're like doing a full itemization reworking. They're doing a full character skill reworking, like lots of buffs and tweaks to try to make like other, like the lesser skills that are used. They're trying to make those better. So there's more variety of things to play. They're like making some of the more fun things, like Hell Tides. If you ever, I don't know how long did you ever play Diablo 4?
Not enough to experience that in a notable way.
Yeah, level 55, there was something called Hell Tides that you can go into, and they were really fun. But they were like a timed event. So like every like 3 hours, you get to go into the Hell Tides for like an hour, and then after that hour was done, then you go back to doing whatever. But it was like you have to wait for the fun every 3 hours. You have to wait for the fun to happen. So what they're doing now is they're like reforging or reworking the way Hell Tides work. So I think Hell Tides is just always happening now, and you can just choose to go to the Hell Tide zone. And if I'm not mistaken, you can just straight up like go to it at any level. There's like different like tiers now, instead of just having like you have to be level 55, and then even if you were level 55, you still get your ass destroyed. Like there was like a hard place. It wasn't very easy. But I think now there's like tiers that you can go through, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like depending on what level you are, you can go to different tiers. And they have like a wanted system. They're called Hell Marked, which is like a threat level. So as you like kill monsters, you become more threatening, and then they start like summoning bigger demons to try to chase after you, and of course better rewards. So I don't know. I think it's a very very cool. I think it's gonna be a very fun season. So I'm gonna play it for sure. Whenever that comes out, I don't know.
Yeah, and I've seen Torchlight Infinite's kind of picking up in interest lately as well. I played
May 14th.
The first one, May 14th. Oh, well, that's right around the corner. I was a fan of the original steampunk style of the Torchlight series, and I'm a little bit interested in Torchlight Infinite. The only issue is the gameplay seems to be a little bit free to play aspect, and I've always preferred a little bit upfront development into the game. I like the buy-in. If you got to pay $15 to purchase a game, you're kind of expecting a certain amount of polish, and that seems to be what's lacking to me when I play that.
When I played Infinite, it felt
again
good.
Already. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't believe we still have somebody watching here. Half an hour we said
he probably left and then came back, and he's like, holy shit, they're still going.
This can't be right. YouTube's an error.
Yeah, we've traveled all over the place. We've talked about many different card games. We've talked about anime. We've watched a little bit of anime, kind of.
We figured out how to share new audio through.
We figured out how to share audio with the channel. So we can actually do.
What do we pay? $300 a year for this streaming service, and we just unlocked like a new way to use it. I feel pretty good about that. It's like finding the butt is fuckable.
I feel like it's not necessarily worth the money.
I said that while he had family over.
What? Oh,
it's like finding the butt is fuckable.
Yeah. No, I was just saying.
That's a great quote. I'm a fan.
I'm not 100%
fan.
sold on the StreamYards being worth the money, but I think it makes it easier to encompass guests, like inviting guests instead of having to use Discord and like it makes it easier. So it's probably worth it because like time is money, you know, that whole
Well,
that whole stick.
I did a podcast with Cryptic Commander. I don't know if you ever saw that guy around our atmosphere before.
Sounds familiar.
So I went on his podcast. I love his voice. I think his name's, I'm not going to dox him. He goes by John, I believe. And
Yeah, you don't want to say his last name.
yeah, I ain't playing that game. But he does it really professionally. The only issue, he uses Zoom, and it was like a trial to even be a guest. I gotta say, there were like 4 or 5 steps just for the intro, and then he had me get out of a room, send me another link, and then go to a new room, do like a 5-minute section, leave and go to another one. And the ease of using StreamYard, I understand that like it's a bit of a hassle from here and there as far as the payment side, but the use of it, the ease of inviting other folks, the way that we're able to share so easily and readily, it's a phenomenal service for what we get out of it. I think I use this more than if I had like Netflix. Plus, I do all of the content creation here with you guys and some other folks.
Yeah. What I need to do is I need to use it more in order to like I want to unlock every dollar from it, you know. I also think there should be like a lesser tier. Like it goes from 0 to 25 to 50, and it's just like, why isn't there a $14.99 or a 10 like a $9.99? Like some of the features we aren't using, and can I just have a little bit less features for the ones that I'm not using? Like the 50 hours of storage. What does that actually give us? Like what does that mean? What is it storing? This broadcast?
Yeah, it's stored
on YouTube. What do we need it for? We already have it on YouTube.
We don't need any of the cloud storage aspect of what it does here because of how we create content.
It's also only, I think it's only 720p, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty dog
might
shit
go up to 10. It's whatever. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. In order to get full HD, you have to pay.
I think we have to pay for
the
next tier.
That is not worth it.
No. At that point, we would just use like Twither saying, just StreamYards, OBS, that kind of stuff. We would just figure out a way to pipe in content at 1080.
I know how to use it, but it is way more difficult to set up than StreamYards. StreamYards really is, you have your guests join and they just are there and you're good. The thing with Streamlabs is you have to make the scene, you have to like choose out where you have to like drag and like, you know, like drag a box around the person in like whatever. If you're using like Discord, you have to like put a little square around Discord, and then you can move that to where you want. Like you can't do like, okay, in StreamYards you can do, or Streamlabs you can do this, but being able to like just like do this on the fly, being able to just like constantly like switch between like people like this, you'd have to create a scene for each person or each like setup. You have to have like, I don't know, it is a lot of work in order to like make that work. And I guess because now we're making money on YouTube, I'd rather just pay the $25 a month to have it do all of that for me. You have to set up each box for each guest, and if anybody leaves or joins and comes back, it messes up the cameras because Discord's going to be in like a different, like it might be in a different spot.
Well, at
you want
this
to have
point,
like,
I mean, with what we're doing, we would just pay somebody else if we're going to get to our maximum ability here. And I think we're very far away from that, in all honesty. Once we kind of figure out our our stride, once we kind of get our shit together, as it were. We're not that
Oh,
we're not
also,
doing great now, but
StreamYards has the ability to like highlight comments like this, being able to just like click on somebody's comment and I just click on any comment and it just shows it. I can star it to show it, to save it for later, so that like if I'm like I want to save this, like boom, I can show this was like a starred comment that I had later on. If I want to like go through the past comments, I can sit there and it has a lot that it can do. There's like banners you can set up real quick, like what I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's just a generic banner. Use banners to summarize what your talking points are. So if we wanted to do that, if we wanted to be more, if we wanted to have more structure to our podcast, we could have like the topic that we're talking about currently. And you can do all of this with StreamYards, but like you have to set up those scenes ahead of time. I could do this on the fly very quickly. Yeah, there's even a way to like have like an intro. Oh yeah, we can do. How do you? I don't know.
yeah, I already uploaded it and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. You can change your backgrounds just on the fly. That looks like
like it's
wrong.
a thing, certainly, and that's part of it. Is again, like I was saying, is we'll get to a certain point when we start having 50 or 100 people watching at a time, and our conversation and what we're doing is so important, but the editing and producerial side of it is just as important. We will need to offsource that to somebody else. So that's just what we have. Like, we invite Prime in, or somebody that we trust, that Superfast comes in because he's great at that kind of shit. And he's literally just like clicking the boxes and highlighting the comments and like, oh, okay, we gotta, do this shit. Doing that the whole time just is furthering engagement, not like changing the visual format for 30 seconds at a time. I know we're losing out on viewership. Just straight up is what it is. But I'd rather be paying attention to what we're talking about than, bringing up every single comment as it's timely. And that,
yeah, if we had somebody that was like in the background, like as I was talking, they like clicked on my image.
Need a straight up Joe Rogan's Jamie. Like that's his fucking job. I just say, hey Jamie, pull this up, and he brings up the Magic the Gathering 2022 release schedule. And it's
no, even if somebody is like, while you're talking, they like click on your image, and then like I start talking, they're like, boom, he's talking, and then like we're like both start talking side by side, flip it out, turn it around.
Yeah, exactly. Do the shit. Like that's somebody, and not to like toot our own horns or none of that shit, but we could pay somebody $5 per stream to do that, and on a Saturday night. Yeah, it's way too low, but that's easy peasy.
Once we start making more money, that'll be that something.
We'll throw them a 20. Here's a
$20 an hour. That's not too bad if we can. Yeah. If it starts becoming more financially
worthwhile.
It'll definitely increase the value of the streams for sure, which is cool. But anyways, I do have to go. I have to get some food in me, and I've got to take a monster shit. So,
Well, hey, until next week, this has been wonderful. Y'all take care. Be well. Make sure to take care of yourself and the loved ones around you. Be well and enjoy.
Later.
Bye, y'all.
Homeland. I can now run my stream.